pity grunt of acknowledgement.
Yeah, that's what you get.
All right, we're all here, so we can start now, right?
What did I walk into?
I made a bad dad. I made a bad dad joke, and I got a pity grunt.
Hello!
We'll have to see if we echo.
Yay!
Oh, did you...
James!
Hello?
Although I can't hear shit.
Oh no! Can you hear me saying oh no? I sound
I
like Dora.
can now.
Okay.
I apparently had my volume all the way down.
James,
No.
I love you.
Your cord is crossing my cord.
Oh! The streams are
your stuff.
crossing! Stop!
Ow!
Not supposed to cross streams.
Pedi will be here, but I don't know what time.
I was making myself into push to talk.
James, I love
What?
you.
I'm just
I love
super
you
happy
too.
that James is here.
Right?
I'm at Kachina's house.
Yay! So happy.
Okay, so the offer of hanging out for all of us was really just like an actual thing. And then
Well,
nobody actually did it except James.
I'm gonna throw this out here though. I know you guys are really, really close good friends, but thank you, Kachina, for having James over so he can play.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, I offered it right away.
For the record, if I lived closer, the offer would have been there as well.
Of course.
But, you know, that's a 4-hour drive.
James is at Kachina's house.
Hi,
am
Jenny!
Uh,
Hello!
Hi, patron Jenny.
Hello.
Bonjour, madame.
Bless our rules today, please.
What is that?
Bless our rolls. Bless our dice.
We're gonna fucking die.
Blessed be!
No, I didn't use it.
Oh,
I
that's
still
cool.
think the greatest comment from today's memes was that if a 26 doesn't hit, we run away the other way fast as we can.
Yeah. I can't.
You have pretty dice.
I don't have a magic rapier anymore. I can't do a 26.
So you can change your dice color.
Fuck you.
Hey guys, I actually don't need the roll to hit for like 6 times, and then that's
That's
it.
cool.
And then that's it.
I mean, if depending on what I do, I technically don't need to roll to hit either. I just hit.
Do we know
I
if
just have a
Michael's
wand
coming?
of magic missiles. It's not that great. I mean, it's
I mean,
good.
that's fair.
I
Um,
disagree that one
I
of
mean,
them.
it's I should say it's not that it's not great. I'm just saying it's limited.
Wait.
Like, I mean,
Do
I
we
have
know
actually
if Mitchell's
some things
coming?
that
Hmm.
it hasn't said
We
no
do
yet.
not know if Mitchell's coming, but I see
Okay, I'm
Pedi.
guessing 10 after.
15.
Me and Mitchell talked in great length about Aurora today, so I'd hope that he was coming today.
Cool. 20.
6.
What?
We're taking bets on Mitchell's arrival time. We've got 6:06.
No, just straight 6. Just straight 6.
Oh, sorry. 6, 6:10, 6:15, 6:20.
Okay, I'll say 6:05. He'll be reasonably fashionably late.
See, it's always when I guess that he's on time or early, which is what I'm banking on today.
What are we playing, Dave?
Destiny 2.
2.
It's from the people that brought us Halo.
Hmm.
And I
Never
got a
played.
pumpkin fight. It's a first-person shooter RPG.
I like it. It's fun. Haven't played it in a hot minute, though.
Isn't it free now?
Yeah, and it's cross-platform. Like, there are, like, the expansions you obviously have to pay for, but there is a ton that you can do even for free.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like Final Fantasy 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's gotten complicated.
Summary.
I did
We
it.
fought the little land sharks, the baguettes. We only killed one of them. The other 2 tunneled away.
The blaze.
The boulays.
I'm pretty sure they're baguettes because
They're
nobody corrected
baguettes.
me in
The
chat.
boulays.
The Boulet brothers?
Boulet brothers escaped. We climbed down the super deep pit. It's super hot and sucks. we walked a whole bunch, and we rested, and then we walked some more, and then we mined some ore stuff, and
The Ori Helcom.
Recap.
For mining the ore stuff, we sounds like a lot of people. I'm pretty sure Aurora did.
Aurora
You know what?
mined.
No, I am taking full credit for Aurora doing it.
Yeah.
I have been making a map of our location down here.
Yes,
so that we
Yuelia
don't
has
get
been making a super helpful map. I've been scuffing my feet.
Unless,
To make a trail.
how long has it been since we finished mining before we leave? Question mark.
Did
we long
anyone
resting?
read the chat? Okay, because so
Long rest people do that?
yeah, so we were gonna long rest once, here, and like drop all of our stuff and take as much as we can, drop it off in the dream world, and come back, reload Yuelia's bag, and then continue. And then the next night I'll drop
These are
that off.
Warfield.
And
So
then
remember, you can only long rest once
These
every
look
24 hours.
correct. Yeah, so
They feel expensive.
They're super expensive, but they're super gorgeous.
Like, these are probably the most gorgeous dice I've ever seen in my life.
I'm scared of that.
So long rest, drop stuff off in Dreamworld,
What
leave.
shit could be
and then
done?
refill Yuelia's bag, and then the next night I'll just drop off what's in her
These are
bag.
gorgeous.
And then if we come back this way on the way back, we can do
No,
that
they're
one more
gorgeous
time.
for me to open and look at.
Yeah, we can do that. Josh!
Because we don't want to spend like 3 days here because we don't know how long it's going to take us to get to where we're going.
Right,
So I
that's
think
fine.
one trip at least would be something. Because then
Holy
we can,
shit.
Right.
at least
So
it's
then-
something so we can replace
then-
some of the stuff that melted.
So the question is, with me
Got
filling up
20.
my bag, everybody getting as much as they can carry.
That's
the
going to be
dream
2 to
world.
3 trips.
Right. Well, it's just a matter of, I guess, how much do we get, and then whatever. So,
Wow.
yeah.
So,
And then as soon as we get
mean-
out, I refill my bag,
yes. And then
which
the
I
next
can pull.
the next
another-
night I'll drop off what's in your bags. Your bag's empty again. In case you find anything else. Because we now we
can
need to
hold
replace all of
another
our items at the
475 pounds in this
They
bag.
came with us
which I
here.
mean it's ore. That actually isn't very much.
That's so cute.
I mean it would be
I like
helpful if
her
Bob
bird.
would help, but Bob was a dick, so
Are you going to
I'm-
ask Bob to help?
Nice.
I am prepared to burn Bob to the ground.
do we want to ask
No.
Bob?
No,
Bob was kind of a jerk.
no. We
I mean,
are
he
leaving
gave me
Bob
a
alone.
karate arm for a little bit.
We are going to ignore Bob. Bob doesn't want to be bothered. We're not going to bother with Bob.
That's what
It's
I've
fine.
been doing because I figured he would get what he wanted, but then he turned my arm to stone. So
Oh, still on that topic. Yeah, Bob turned Mirra's up to stone.
Kachina, why do you have a bag of cocaine?
It's salt. It's for witchcraft.
Oh,
Same.
well,
same.
probably still cocaine.
It's from seasoning plant.
Oh my god, the Boulay brothers, Dragula, I love it.
It's a good show.
Nice.
Okay, so
Um,
we'll just leave this up to Josh. So at this point, if I filled up my bag, everybody carried with what they could, and then dropped it off in the dream world, and then I
Well-
refilled my bag again before leaving.
The question is, how much is carrying as much as you can?
I don't know.
If we
I
all
will drop everything, including coin.
That's why I'm
At
asking
my
you. How
sleeping.
much is that? Yeah.
I can carry. Hold on. What's my
I'm going to
inventory
pull
on
up the
my-
calculator here.
Wait, what are we carrying?
If you really
Uh,
want
we
to
found a
all
mine
of this
of-
together,
some really what is it, auriculum?
or
I have a carrying
Ori-
capacity of 120 pounds.
Or each Alchem? Jesus.
Orichalcum?
talcum. The H is silent.
Dude, I
Gotcha.
messaged you an update. Read your thing.
I haven't looked at Discord much at all.
You had. I messaged you an update. So you would know.
I'm throwing
I'm
my carrying
sorry.
capacity into in-character chat.
Okay, let me check mine.
I have the calculator here, so 120 from Shrike.
Oh, so we can like double it if we push, drag, or lift. Do we have a way to
This
No.
isn't push driver, this is literally
just
carry.
carrying? Okay.
How
Fine
can you
carrying
tell how much you
capacity.
can?
So you go into your inventory and you click on, see that upper left weight carried? You click
Yeah.
on it, and at the top it'll say encumbrance, carrying capacity, and it'll give you a number. It's based on
Yeah.
your strength and shit.
My carrying capacity is 120 pounds.
Okay, put that in chat. I'm gonna go check on Aurora's.
Already did.
You did?
Hey,
Well-
could you check Lilith's for me?
I got you, hon.
Thank you.
Unleash your inner lich.
Are
with
you
subscriber.
driving right now,
That
Lilith?
I
is-
am
He is
driving. Hello, you guys.
I appreciate you.
We love you, Pedi.
We love you, Pedi.
Even though
I
you
love
missed,
you guys.
I'm glad you're back. I'm very glad you're back. Although you missed the hot tub.
I am
Ooh, he
very
has
sad.
135.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay,
I don't
Lilith.
think Elvie can
Hi, Jenny.
carry much of anything.
135.
Jenny!
Technically, we're only going to be gone for a few like seconds. If we're just dropping this off, I mean, I'll probably stay a little later to explain stuff.
Where do you see how much you can carry?
Okay, inventory, upper left, click on weight carried, and it'll tell you at the top.
It
Is this
won't let
assuming
him
I'm-
click on it in mobile.
I should be locked up.
Oh, I'm in mobile.
I've got you, James. I've got you, James.
Do you want me to check for you, Kachina, or are you good?
Oh, I got it. He just can't click it in mobile.
Okay,
Oh.
no problem.
Hmm.
Makes
Got it.
Let me
Uh,
go.
is
check my
is
message
this
first.
assuming I am dropping everything from my bag of holding?
This is assuming that all of you are dropping everything.
Okay.
You
my
guys are
bag-
For your
literally
bag of
leaving-
holding, that's up to you how much you drop out of your bag of holding.
Yeah.
it's only 25 pounds. Essentially, just it's another
The,
25
the,
pounds.
the true question is, how much are you guys actually leaving in the physical world?
I'm very confused about what we're doing.
We're
I ain't dropping
carrying
shit.
as much ore as we can into the dream world, so we can
Which,
take it with
as
us.
we know, time is different.
So
it'll
we'd
be like
only
we're
be
gone for
leaving
a
our stuff
blank.
on the ground for a few seconds to a few minutes.
The point is, we found very precious ore that we can use for shit, and we're
Or
gonna take as
sell,
much as we
but
can with
it's-
it. But it is very heavy. We don't have the means to carry it all. So if we can dump it in that other place and pick it up later.
Well, Breya, I'm actually against doing this.
Why?
This is someone's home and these are their resources.
Who's living down here?
The drow in this area. Also, this is a mine that halflings used.
We're not gonna let the halflings come down to the abyssal plane.
I don't
They
think
would
the
die.
the halflings didn't know about this place. This was all.
Plus, we passed like 2
I'm
more
just-
veins up
This
top.
is just straight Underdark now.
This is like,
this is all
yeah.
undiscovered area.
You guys haven't made it to anything that would be considered the Underdark. But it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that you guys are pretty damn close.
I don't know. Breya feels uncomfortable about taking this.
I don't have a problem with it.
We
Well-
saw 2 more veins up top. That they would be that the halflings would be able to get to easier with some sort of suspension and pickaxes and stuff, versus them climbing down that wall and coming into this strange place with all the black puddings and stuff. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to
there's a
bring the
lot more
halflings down
puddings
here.
and shit down here.
There's a lot
But
of shit
putting
down
the
here.
halflings aside, like, it's still that drow live down here.
Ooh.
What are they doing with it?
It's like going into the desert and saying you don't want to drink from a cactus in case, like, someone who's 350 miles away who technically lives in this desert wants to drink from the same cactus.
But I don't think they're 350 miles away. And
You
you
guys
should
are...
We've been traveling for days and have seen no one.
Jarvin and
Avatar
Breya...
taught me not to drink cactus juice.
Jarvin
I
and
like the
Breya,
cactus juice, okay?
your mics are catching each other.
Yeah, it's a little
That's
weird.
why I have my muted most of the time.
Okay. It's not bad. We've had it
So,
worse.
Just to alleviate what it could possibly be speculation versus what is, you guys haven't, other than the Drider lady, Ressa, you guys haven't really ran into any intelligent individuals down here. Not to say the Drow couldn't be down here, but as far as anything, you've mostly been avoiding black puddings left and right.
To alleviate my worries, does this ore look like it's ever been mined by anyone?
Nope.
No, we haven't
Okay,
mined
then
it
I don't
ourselves.
care.
It looks
If it looks
completely
untouched, I
natural.
don't care.
So I'm fine with leaving stuff behind, but I'm certainly not leaving everything on my body behind. Because
Okay.
I have things that are way too precious to me to ever like leave behind.
The whole plan is that when you guys go to the dream world, everything on your person comes with you. Now the thing is that you guys are only in the dream world really minutes.
I'm not risking losing items that are very important to me. Is all
I
I'm
just
saying.
wanted to further explain that the stuff that gets left behind is only going to be there for at most minutes.
And and there are black puddings down here which will eat my shit if I leave it.
They
So
don't
it's
move
not-
very fast. Like, if we look around and
mean,
there's no black puddings, it's gonna
if
take
you
them a
don't-
hot minute to get here.
Okay, but if we don't want to leave things, that's fine.
Do we
Yeah.
want to leave like one person like behind for
Yes,
the
I'll
seconds
stay.
to minutes? No, you're the strongest. We need you. We need someone with a lower carrying capacity,
Then,
like
then,
either
yeah, I
Yuelia
have-
or me or Shrike.
then
I have like a
Shrike will
7 strength or an 8 strength. So
Shrike will. Me. 4 of us have a 120 carrying capacity.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
Jarvin
see
has
the
120.
furthest in the dark. So I will stay behind.
That's true. Shrike. Well, it's not. Well, I guess it is kind of dark. Hang
I
on.
will
How much
stay
can
behind.
Breya carry? Breya isn't in
Keep
the
in mind,
chat.
I could be the
We
slime,
put
but nobody
in-
else could.
Did she put it? Lilith, Yuelia, Aurora, Mirra, Shrike.
He has 240.
Jarvin.
Oh, she put it in the general chat. 240.
Oh yeah, we need Breya.
I will stay behind.
Okay. Plus you have Eldritch Blast and
I
stuff,
mean-
which has a long
Well,
distance.
Shrike can go to sleep but still be awake too, so he's probably your best bet.
Yeah. So,
Alright, so
Shrike
Mirra-
will watch over our stuff because he can shoot things from a distance. We're only gonna be gone seconds to minutes.
LV would also
Elf-
stay to help with Shrike.
Okay.
Okay. So Mirra plus Yuelia. I'm just doing carrying capacities right now. Aurora.
Oh, Yuelia,
Alright.
check your bag, how much your bag can carry, and we might have to empty your bag.
I'm not. Maybe if we need to, we'll cross that bridge.
We'll
Otherwise,
probably
it's
have
only
to
25
empty your
pounds.
bag because it's full of
Yeah.
cookies that are gonna get crushed if we put ore on top of
Not
them.
a problem.
I
It's just-
have a
just gonna
problem with
roll.
crushing all
It's
of my
not going to
cookies.
get crushed in the bag of holding.
Cookies.
All right, let me just get this all squared away, and then I'll add Yuelia's
Bag.
bag.
And I can empty a few things out, but there's a couple
So,
things I
and
don't
how much of the bag are we using?
I'll use the rest of it, so I'm gonna empty anything out. 475. So at best,
So
we're
all of you
using
combined
25
minus Shrike, if we do it this way, will be 1,480 pounds of ore. So you guys, give or take, will be able to get it all in 2 trips if you do it this way.
Okay, but I also really don't want to leave Undertow behind. I feel very uncomfortable not having a
If-
weapon.
In the
If you
dream
don't
world?
want-
We're not
Yeah,
going.
what if something invades the dream world and we get attacked?
I mean, that's not a bad point.
If you don't want to
How-
leave something behind, that's fine. Just
Sure.
let us know the weight so that we can take that into the calculations.
Okay, well, Undertow weighs 75 pounds. So,
Undertow doesn't weigh anything if you're attuned to it.
oh, that's true. So Undertow weighs nothing.
There you go.
I want to keep my goggles of night on and my necklace of dragon's breath. Both don't have any weight, and I'm intending to keep my religious idol necklace with me, which is just like a small wood carving on a
Yeah.
necklace.
Alrighty. So I'm willing to just toss in the 20 pounds and say this is 1,500 weight for this round. As
Okay.
far as, and you guys are taking a long rest, correct?
Yeah.
To do
So-
this, yeah. So we're gonna do this once. Reload Yuelia's bag, and then if we happen to come back this way to get out, then we'll do it one more time on the way out. Because we don't want
I
to
will
spend like 3
say-
days here.
Yeah. No.
Or do we?
Uh,
Because we have cookies to eat. We got
But,
so
I mean,
many
you can just
cookies
grab,
to eat, you
can
guys.
just grab it on the way back. We don't need to grab all of it now.
Okay.
But 1,500 pounds of it has been dropped off into the dream world.
How much would you say is left? Could we guesstimate?
Given Yuelia's capabilities, you pretty much got a little bit more than half.
Okay, so
Nice. Okay, so then we load up Yuelia's bag again,
Percentage-wise,
and we'll get the
you
rest.
probably got about 65% of it in that go.
Nice.
so if I were to fill up my bag now, how much of that would be left?
So minus another 400 pounds.
Let's see.
Another 475.
We're making the DM do so much math.
Okay. I mean, these are all guesstimations because there's no
Yeah.
way to really tell.
Yeah.
But it would, if you take another like 475, which would be 500, you'd probably be looking at 80% of it.
Nice.
Okay,
I'm
You're
happy with that.
Then let's not fill up my bag right now.
Why?
I was about to say, 'cause you guys don't know what's further
Because
down either.
We don't know what's further down. I want to have my bag empty.
I can
because if
empty your
something-
bag the next night. I'll take it to the dream world the next
But we
night.
don't know what's gonna happen from here to the next night. But we are guaranteed. I don't want to say we're 100% guaranteed anything could happen. But on the next trip, we have it all entirely anyway. On our way back.
If we
I
come
hate
back
to be
this
this
way.
person, but
If we
come
maybe
back-
maybe
Uh-huh.
we should consider not depleting the ore. Like we have 1,500 pounds of ore. Do we need more?
Yes.
Depends on how much this ore does to, like,
The
how much it is
calculations-
converted.
I can't remember. Did I put that in general or
put it-
character?
I don't
Um,
remember.
In character. So given Yuelia's capabilities, if you melt all this unrefined ore into refined ingots, you'd probably have about 15,000 gold pieces worth of this ore.
Not now. That would be 100% of it.
If you melted it down into
all of it.
refined ingots.
But this is assuming all of it.
Yeah, that's assuming all of it.
That's give or take.
And this is also going off of the fact that if we tried to make our own stuff using this ore, the price of something is less
Halved.
because we're providing materials as opposed to
Yes.
trying
Yeah,
to
if you
get.
provide the ore, then you're basically cutting the cost of said material in half.
So if somebody wants to make something out of orichalcum, then
Can we at least like put 200 pounds in your bag so you still have another 275
fine,
on you?
Well,
fine.
I do majority of my stuff through random rolls. I like taking my agency and bias out of these sort of things. I just want to throw in there it's highly unlikely anything is going to happen to this ore on your trip. I'm not gonna say there's no chance, but I mean, what
I
are the
will put
odds that
200 more
something-
pounds then. But
It's been here for God knows how long before you guys came down here, and no one's messed with it. I don't
I
think
thought the
anybody's gonna
gods were
be-
gone. Does he even know what's going on?
Okay.
But just as DM advice,
I
it's like
I
no
just
one-
don't know. Are we gonna come out the same way we went in? Like
That's the bigger question.
that's the main question because we might not come back this way.
Okay, let's
Then
burn
I will
that bridge
put-
when we get to it. Let's long rest, get this shit dropped off so we can move on.
That's already done.
Yeah.
So 200 more
I will-
pounds. 200.
I would put 225, so I essentially still have another 250
250.
available.
Nice.
Well, and I get
Let me
my
put that on the
my-
calculator.
and I get my spell slot back.
So you said another 225.
225.
All right, so I'm at 1725.
Oh wait, that's another long rest, so that means I get my gift of alacrity back again.
Yeah. But now you can't long rest for 24 hours. This is going to be great.
Yep.
This is fine.
Okay, so now,
Now what?
Deeproot
We move
said
on.
that the direction of the corrupted elemental thingy is still that way, down. So,
Shrike will
I
carry
guess.
on and lead the way.
Oh, okay. Are we using a map this session, or just because it's so big we're not using a map?
Are you asking me or are you asking Yuelia?
Both.
Both?
I think she's asking you.
No, this place is absolutely too massive for me to map out.
Okay.
Which is more or less why I've relegated to random events for travel.
Okay.
Shrike
Am I
is just
going to
gonna
travel
lead
rules?
the way.
You basically are walking in an overworld in the underworld.
Great.
I don't know how to really word it else better than that. But yeah, you might want to request assistance from Yuelia, because there's some stuff that you want to steer clear, and Shrike is already going the wrong way.
Shrike!
I went the way you pointed.
Oh.
Which was the wrong way.
Oh, Yuelia! Help!
Let's see. Well, if we still have to go further down,
Yeah.
then
Dig a tunnel, dig
shouldn't
a
go
tunnel.
that way. There's a bunch of black puddings that way. We're just going around in a circle. So let's try, I don't know, let's say east.
You basically want, map-wise, you want to make your way southeast, but given what information Shrike's giving you from his spirits, you also want to start making your way further down. At some point, you want to go down.
Yeah, we have to find a way down.
Jarvin, it's hot! Jarvin, it's so hot!
I expect more Lilith to chime in on this.
Lilith's
but
still driving.
If you guys can do me a very, very great flavor in the future, when I ask you to do things that require more finesse and movement, please ask me if you can use acrobatics more often, because I've been catching myself saying like dex saves and dex stuff. I was like, acrobatics would apply to this, and I just keep forgetting.
Okay, gotcha.
Because don't be afraid to ask if certain things would still apply, because I might not just be thinking about it. I just would appreciate if you don't argue with me over it, that's all.
Can I Arcana check to see if I can counterspell the fact that we're not there yet?
No.
But for this section of travel, if anybody wants to use their skills to participate in the journey, please state what you want to roll or what you are rolling, and then give me the.
Can I survival?
I will be assisting, and Jarvin, since you're like the master of all, can you assist as well?
So anybody that is lending help, aka like jack of all trades, you can give up your whole check to give everybody advantage for all their rolls.
Yeah.
What check are we doing?
But up to you. However you feel like you can provide.
It's an exploration thing, so whatever you feel like your character would be looking for while we're out here.
Whatever skill you want to use to assist the group.
Shrike roll better.
Hold on. My with advantage got me a 10 so far.
That's right. I'm helping. Add a d4.
And then I'm
I already said I was helping.
Which is a second d4.
And everybody feels super sparkly. Guidance for all. Guidance.
Oh my god.
Dinner is almost here, so I'm just gonna run downstairs and get it.
Okay.
You know what check you would do real quick?
For myself, I'm doing survival.
Survival. I will do investigation.
I'm gonna throw it up in character chat.
I'm gonna do investigation anyway because I'm still drawing the map, so I feel like that's what I would be doing anyway.
Was that your total survival?
That is, so that's with advantage from Jarvin.
He rolled bad.
My talisman and her lesser guidance or whatever.
Guidance!
My god.
I rolled an 8, and then I get a +2 from the wisdom, and then, I get +2 from being proficient, and then I rolled on my 2d4s. I got 1 on both of them.
Now, Mirra's hearing would still apply, but just so you know, your passive perception via sight is limited to 60 feet.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
I put my investigation in chat.
Okay. So
Wait, stop.
Shrike,
I'm
if you
gonna
can
do
also
it.
give me a perception check for this round.
Just a blanket perception.
Yep.
Oh my god, I need to change these dice.
Oh no, I'm on the wrong page.
It can
Oh
still
no,
be done-
Shrike, change your
it can
dice.
still be done with advantage and guidance.
Change your dice
Okay.
before you roll.
So I am
Please
100% changing that. That's fucking 3 nat ones. 2 nat 1. No, if we include the d4s, that's up to 4 nat ones for me so far this
My
game.
god. Ooh, that investigation check. Holy shit.
Right?
Okay, so give me a moment. I'm re-rolling the advantage.
Now,
Perception.
Do you want me to? I have access to Kachina's rolls right here. Do you want me to roll something for her,
I mean,
or should I just like
That-
wait for her?
that's up to you two, seeing that you're there together. But since you're assisting everybody by giving them advantage on everything, which is awesome,
Right.
basically any skill she's proficient in, you can toss it into the pile to assist the group. It can be survival also. I think she has survival.
So
Yeah, she does.
Really?
I'm just gonna roll
Really?
survival twice for her.
and
I
add a
rolled
D4.
double nat 1.
Shrike, stop it. Roll better.
3
How
is
the
with the d4.
You get sand
I
in your
rolled double
eyeballs,
nat
okay?
Yeah, please roll
I'm-
survival so we can fix it. Strike stuff for Breya.
So, advantage
Okay,
and add a D4.
Rare survival. 11.
So that's an
Uh,
achievement, right?
Nat
Double nat
1.
for
Okay,
perception?
so
Yeah, I think Shrike gets an
14
achievement.
plus a D4.
Oh, it was it. Oh no. Shrike, that makes me sad.
It like legit perception was double nat 1s.
Nat 1.
Okay, so she got a 17 survival.
Nice.
Good. Whew. Okay.
Shrike, you gotta clear the sand from your eyeballs.
I don't know if Lilith is present enough to also.
Oh, I can
right
go
here.
to Lilith. Are you here?
I am here.
Are you
Can you hear me?
Are you not driving
Yeah.
anymore?
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm sitting here munching.
Okay, roll, bitch.
Oh, what is there a skill you want to contribute to the group in the exploration?
The only skill that I have that would really contribute is perception, but
That's fine.
it is pretty dark, so I can try it.
Well, you haven't.
No, it's
said-
actually not dark down here.
it's
There's a glow, and I have the
think we said it was
lantern.
dim.
It's like-
yeah.
it's like pseudo dim light.
All right.
Yeah,
so would
I
it
was about to
just
say
would
this-
it still be an advantage, or would it be like a straight roll?
It.
We need to
For
get
you,
you
is
some
that-
goggles.
I
It's
think
at
it
like
would be a.
quadruple disadvantage for you.
I think it would be a straight roll because
Can he still
I was
add his
only-
D4?
Jarvin might be helping out, but you're really not suited to this, and your
Oh, I
lantern
know.
doesn't really go that far.
Does
I'll
Lilith
roll it
still?
on my table.
Does she still get a D4?
Yeah, she still gets a D4.
Add a D4.
Like I said, you two are foregoing checks to literally help everyone else with their checks.
Plus
Everyone feels super sparkly. Ooh, fuzzy
16
dice.
total.
16.
16
Fine,
total.
gotta
Much
roll
better.
over 10.
Keep those
So
dice.
it's-
Nothing, but I gotta
So-
roll for the 10.
For encompassing this entire neck of the journey, you guys do find supplies.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's mushrooms, but they're edible mushrooms.
Yay, mushrooms.
Oh yay, psychedelics!
Nope,
Aw.
just
Oh come on.
How do
edible,
we know?
edible mushrooms.
I try them first.
So
That's how we
anybody
know.
that put and the thing is that it's more or less an area that isn't as affected by the heat. So there's actually water and food and everything. So you guys are able to partake of a day's worth of rations without expending your rations.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
But unless you guys want to, there's also another group of boule that you guys can take on if you guys want.
No! Screw the boule.
Okay.
We can't sleep for
Otherwise,
another, like,
you-
how many hours yet, so I don't want to, like, deplete ourselves.
Otherwise, you guys can avoid them and keep
How
moving
long
on.
are we saying each journey is taking us?
Your what journey?
So like this leg of the journey, like how long did that take us to
It's-
find the mushrooms and what happened?
I'm defining these in days. So I don't know if your characters are really keeping track, but
Okay, so like we technically could long rest again.
I'm a dwarf.
once
I
it's
keep
one-
track for us.
once I've gone through all the little tidbits that have happened in this day, then yes, 24 hours would have passed.
I mean, if we want to take them on, like I'm fine. But I
we
mean,
don't
at the
really
same
need to.
time, that's feeling
how-
that we
how
don't
many
really
do we
want to
see?
afford.
I have them set up in a specific pattern.
How many
do we
baguettes are there,
see?
Josh?
Of the boule,
Boule.
Yeah.
5.
Oh,
Nope,
God, no.
I'm out.
No, I'm
Yep.
good.
Shrike is out.
Nope.
3 damn near killed
Why?
somebody.
Wait, what? Sorry, I took my
There's
headphones off for a
there's
second.
5 boulets that we can see.
There's 5
No.
Deland
The
sharks.
Question is, do we want to fight them?
The
No.
thing that almost ripped off Breya's head in one shot, even though it was shrunk down, there's 5 of them.
That's good meat.
No.
Yeah.
I say we avoid.
Good armor.
I'm a dwarf.
3 of them almost
know you
killed
Please
Breya.
count, please count.
No.
But I
Yeah.
just need to know if we're moving on, and then we'll do another assessment for another day.
I say
We're
move
moving on.
on.
So, can I get the cartography check from you again,
Sure.
Mikey?
Bless.
And advantage.
Shing, sparkle, sparkle.
I'm just assuming at any point
Yeah.
Jarvin can say I'm not giving advantage.
Right.
That's a natural 20
Woo!
plus proficiency. That's 24, 26.
Did you add your
And-
D4?
That,
For the hell of it, add a D4, 28 total.
Roll another D20
No.
just in case you get another D20.
Just
I
in
did.
case you
I
get
did
another
one of them.
20.
No, I did. The other one was not a natural 20.
Oh.
Okay.
Yay!
But the
Good
roll
job.
was 28.
Yeah, a whole 28 on my cartographer stuff.
Nice.
After they found the mushroom in the cooler places, you were able to assess where these places could possibly be based off of the geography of the place. So you're with 95% certainty, you're pretty sure you can find those locations any further travel, either going back or moving forward.
So we'll have
So
food.
you can pretty
Yay!
much guarantee food and water every day that you spend down here.
Nice.
At least at this level.
Jarvin, my water's warm. Cool it. It's too warm.
Wow.
Jarvin, it's too
Oh,
warm.
no.
Also, once again,
Jarvin, it's
you
too
Press
warm.
digitate.
Thank you. Ah, it's
Also-
hotter!
also once
Oh,
again you can determine paths that avoid monsters if you choose.
Okay.
Another key point of interest here is the boulets. The place where you found a lot of them. It looked kind of like they were resting, so that might be like a nest or something. That might be to go or to avoid. That's up to
Avoid.
you.
We'll
Put
farm
it
them
on the
later,
map,
okay?
but
Yep.
like
I'm gonna
we
put
don't
some on
want
the map.
Trap them later.
like more to jump out of the ground because they're protecting their babies and they're extra vicious.
Yep. So I'll just mark it down on our map.
Mark
Keep
it.
going. We're trying to find our way down.
Yes.
So
Okay, but with that said, 24 hours have passed. Do you want to long rest right away, even though you haven't really used any resources?
I
well,
mean,
if we don't, we get
if-
exhausted, don't we?
No.
if we're not tired,
You
if
only get a point of exhaustion if you don't rest, eat, and sleep or eat, drink, sleep. If you don't eat, drink, and sleep within 24 hours,
Okay.
but you started with a long rest, so you're basically good until another 24 hours passes. It's
You can keep
weird,
going.
but it makes sense.
I'm good. I'm bored.
Basically, in the next 24 hours now, you need to make sure a long rest happens. That's
Gotcha.
all.
That's fair.
I'm bored. So
Who would have thought
boring.
this abomination would be so far?
Why is it so far? How does Daybird even see all the way down here?
Good question.
Don't like it. Are we good?
The
We
only
going?
thing I'm worried about is
I'm
how
good.
hot it felt that far away.
Yeah, does it feel any hotter as we keep going?
Oh yeah.
No
Prestidigitation
But-
is only gonna.
Help me.
Prestidigitation is only gonna last.
I know, I feel like we're
Amazing!
pushing the flames.
Now I was gonna mention this too, but ever since you guys bathed in that hot spring, it's been a good bit easier to keep off the heat. But that's starting to kind of wear off.
It's hot.
I'll
It's
cool
so
everybody's clothes down with prestidigitate.
I mean, that was I was assuming that was already happening.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's starting to really not work anymore ever since.
Cast
hot spring.
prestidigitation at a spell slot level.
But
Greater prestidigitation.
given
Greater.
given Mikey's or Yuelia's cartography roll, there is a high chance that you might be able to find another one if you so want to choose to look
I'm
for it.
hot. It's so hot.
I can't make another spring appear. We just gotta look for one.
So anybody who wants to do the
Can we
rolls?
gag the whining one?
Mirra, stop whining. We'll leave you here.
Oh,
I
don't
will
make me
turn this car around.
turn this expedition around.
No.
I will
So-
go and get those boulets.
One of
I
those
rolled
out
a
of Gale
15 on survival to help with the
With-
spring binding.
Was that at advantage?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you get advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you got
So that
advantage and a
anybody who
D4.
wants
So you're...
to use their skills for the next stretch of the expedition, please do.
Make that a 19.
And you get blessed as well from Mirra, so you can add a D4.
Get a D4 because
Guidance.
everything is sparkly. Sparkly. I know you can do it. I know you can
Make
do
that
it.
a 20.
I know you
Hell
can do
yeah.
it. I know you can do it. Just goes
Am
around.
I rolling
hitting
again
your phone on the head.
Yeah, for the next stretch.
for the next stretch? Okay.
Advantage
I will
plus
continue to do
D4.
investigation.
Jarvin, are you helping again?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Oh, this one's not so
Yes.
great.
Me too.
17.
I still go up to you. I know you can do it.
My perception is only a
9.
Put it
Yep.
in character chat. And what it is, like if it's survival, whatever. A 10. Was that with advantage and a D4? Lilith.
I get a straight roll and a D4.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Lilith doesn't get advantage.
Shrike can go ahead and do perception as well, since he sees the furthest.
Okay, Shrike is out of the game.
God,
We've
I'm not-
officially
What?
just. You know what? I'm making room. How
Shrike!
much do you weigh? I will put you in the fucking bag.
That's another D1 and
I did
a
want to point out
D20.
for
He got a 1
perception-
and a 2.
For perception, that is 3 straight nat ones.
That's kind of funny.
He's still got sand in his eyeballs. Jarvin,
Hey,
Jarvin,
at
can
least
you
you're
clean his
consistent, okay?
eyeballs?
So how many natural ones is that so
I
far, Dave?
prestidigitate
For
Shrike's
myself,
eyeballs.
that is 3 for perception, 1 for survival, 2 on D4s. So that is 5.
And
I'm
he-
not counting the D4s.
Okay, so that is 3. 4 nat ones.
4 net
Four
ones, and
on
2
act.
of them were in a row from advantage.
That's
So he
technically
definitely
3
gets
in a
up.
row
And we've
now.
only been playing for a half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I love
Maybe
that
he's been hurt.
so much.
I am
good to
up
get them out of the
4.
way now.
You're right. You're right. Look on
You
the bright
start
side.
rolling
Um,
ones in combat, I'm putting you in the bag.
I am using my
That's a
own dice
promise.
now, and we're gonna see how that goes for me.
Yeah, I'm using my own dice right now.
Thank you so much.
So we got 20 survival and 18 survival, 10 perception, really. 19 investigation. Okay. So, are we trying to keep an eye out? I know we're going to go for possible food and water to keep your supplies up. But are you guys going to look for the well or the hot springs as well?
Yuelia, it's hot!
My investigation is mostly just to still keep track of the surrounding area,
right now.
as far as keeping the map updated.
Okay.
So yeah, essentially any key points of interest, that's what I'm putting down. Any fancy rock formations that we can say, okay, that's that, and then we know where we're at, that kind of stuff. So if
Well,
we
you're
come
definitely rolling high enough that you're not going to get lost.
Yeah. So it's a matter of whether or not. I mean, sure, we can say we're looking for one, but if we finding one's a different story.
All right. So, oddly enough, in this stretch of the expedition, you guys don't run into any creatures whatsoever.
That's kind of creepy.
You do stumble upon the mushrooms and some water that you guys can use. That helps, keep your supplies up, stave off the exhaustion. But you guys don't find a hot spring this time around.
Can I take some extra mushrooms and put them in my bag?
There's not enough to have extra.
Should not be using mushrooms down here. I said she shouldn't be using mushrooms down here.
We've been eating them.
The mushrooms down here are
I was
edible.
making a joke.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm using all the mushrooms.
But
I was gonna save them for like deep root or Breya's mom or something.
So because Jarvin has been so kind to be blasting people with prestidigitation to try and cool them down, I'm willing to give everybody advantage on a Constitution saving throw versus a point of exhaustion.
Oh, please.
Constitution saving throw. Thank you, Jarvin. I would like to bless.
Is that an advantage or just straight?
Advantage, because Jarvin.
Can I bless everybody for that, or
I
just
got 22.
is that something you can't bless?
I forgot that I was going to
That's
use.
not for guidance.
Okay.
I forgot that I was
Sorry,
going
This
to
is
use
against
my
the
own
environment.
dice, and I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Nice.
So I got a 17.
I got a 17.
I got a 16.
21.
23?
Thank you,
21.
Jarvin. It was almost a 13.
You're welcome.
It was almost a 3.
Oh no!
Whoa.
Lilith.
But I got
So-
a 22.
22, 22, 21.
Yes.
I think
Right,
everybody
got
well,
23.
what was the
What?
DC?
Oh yeah, that's right.
23.
Everyone
Did
rolled above
Yuelia
15,
do
that
a
helps.
second one?
I rolled a 16.
That is high enough. So I think everybody's good. I don't see Lilith, but
I'm rolling
Lilith-
on the table. I got a 17.
perfect. So I think that is Elvie.
Oh, she needs to make one now?
Oh, that's right. She didn't need to. Never mind. You're good.
Okay.
I was just
Elvie,
making
no!
in my head. I was just making sure I remembered everybody, and then I remembered. No, wait a second. I would have eventually remembered that. So yeah, you guys managed to stave off the heat, and then you guys finally find another cliff that goes down. But this is where things start to get a little bit,
I eat it.
So you eat the cliff?
Yes.
questionable.
Yes.
So you guys are starting to see molten lava.
Oh, I eat it.
Definitely don't
Wouldn't
need it.
even get down your esophagus.
Now, what I want to make you guys aware of is that I do not follow the raw rules for lava where you just take roughly 55 fire damage.
You just die.
If you fall in lava, you are dead.
Sense.
I'm pushing Yuelia in.
What? I stopped this?
I'm kidding.
Shrike.
I'm kidding.
Trip Shrike.
For the record, if I pushed anyone in, it'd probably be Lilith.
I take Lilith's boot and I throw it at Shrike, knocking him into the lava.
Ah, the boot.
Just so you know, Lilith,
Yes,
your boots would work on this.
that's so cool.
Does that mean you drowned if you like?
I have to ask, because
He can walk on it, but if he takes, I can't remember the specific, but if anything bad happens while he's walking on it, he'll
okay,
immediately.
I actually want to know something. So first off, my first question is, Aurora has chainmail of fire resistance. Does that mean anything?
It
for
would
lava?
have any damage she takes from fire, but it does not prevent her from.
She dies a half second slower than everybody else.
It's still working
Pretty
on
much.
yours.
Is what it
Okay.
is.
Final question for me. I may have a potion that heals me from all fire damage. Would this
That
count?
that would actually prevent you from dying from lava. Yes.
Okay, good to know.
How long
So
does
if
it
you
work for?
uncork it and
1
like
hour.
keep it in your mouth,
Oh my
and then
god!
if you
can hold
fall, you just throw your head back and chug it.
It's more like if we need to jump in there for something.
Basically, in that scenario, you would treat lava like water. I mean, it's still molten rock, so
Liquid
it's
rock.
very easy to suffocate.
Okay, good to know.
Hypothetically, if I took
Hypothetically.
said potion, because I don't need to breathe underwater.
Yes, you would literally not have any problem other than having
You'd be fine
no
for an hour.
ability to. You wouldn't be able to see. That would be the only problem.
That's fine. Okay, cool. So I
Okay.
can survive the longest theoretically without the potion.
So
Correct.
how much of this stuff are we seeing now?
I
And
mean,
what
it's
does-
kind of
mm.
here and there scattered, but this is definitely, given what you're looking at, this is probably the best place to scale further down into.
I meant the lava. Like how much of it, and what's the severity of the danger? I guess is like.
Well, like I said, it's scattered here and there.
Mhm.
It's enough that you can make your way through.
But it's starting to get bad type thing.
But the point is that you see it, and I wanted you guys
Okay.
to make sure that you guys understand
So
how
we're
I'm
not
doing this.
seeing like random geysers just spit out lava.
Yeah,
right?
there's nothing just exploding, or this isn't a
Okay,
hellscape.
So
But
it's
you
just
guys
kind
are starting to see like little bulges where you can see it like flowing.
Are we about to encounter Ragnaros?
You know,
the
Warhammer?
cliff that
No,
we're
Warhammer.
at.
Fuck.
Warcraft?
Go Warcraft.
Josh, the cliff that we're at, how does it look like we could climb down without being affected by said lava?
Now, and this is the other thing I want to go over. Whenever you guys have time, you're not under duress, you're not being chased or under a time limit, you're not in a rush, and you can take your time and do stuff. I will allow you to use take 10 for physical skills. So if you take 10 to climb down, you can probably do so safely.
Okay, I'll just take
pretty
my
badass.
time then and go down.
I pull out my Sulfuros, Hand of Ragnaros, and I'll also climb down.
Now, this would be athletics, but the one I was thinking of in my head from before is like when you guys were sliding down,
Oh yeah.
like way back the entrance, that could actually be an acrobatics check. So that's just why I wanted to throw that out there. But for this, it would be athletics. But if you want to just take 10, I looked at your guys' numbers, and everybody should be able to go down safely.
I'll take 10, please.
Yeah, I'll take
let
10.
it.
Taking
Yeah,
10.
right.
What's the DC for said thing?
You don't know.
Are you trying to jump?
Shrike, you've
Anyways,
been
we
rolling
made
like
it.
shit. Don't do
I
it.
know.
Take
Yeah, you
your
have been
time.
rolling like shit
Here's
today.
the thing. I'm just
Don't
concerned because I
worry.
only have a +1 to athletics. So,
So
it'd be an
take
11.
10. You'll be fine.
I got
Yeah,
a -1. There's no way in hell.
I have a
I'm gonna be
-1.
doing anything.
Now,
All right, fine. I will take
this
10
is
to athletics.
assuming Jarvin is helping people with guidance, or yeah, basically
I'll help.
this is assuming that you guys are contributing that way as well.
Yeah,
I'll help.
Now,
Yes.
I am.
Now the only question is, Jarvin, and this is what I was leading to Jarvin. If you help everybody else, you
I
have
have
to
to
make,
roll.
you have to make your own roll, all on your own. with guidance.
fine.
You'd still be able to get guidance.
Could I
Okay.
actually, if I go down first, can I add in a bonus for everybody if I have Gnome climbing along with me and showing me like where the good handhelds and stuff would be?
I don't think Gnome would really be able to help that way, but I mean, he would absolutely try.
Okay. Either way, once I get to the bottom or whatever,
Who
is
also
Jarvin?
has... Actually, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Yeah. Go ahead.
train of thought. Breya, you have a proficiency in athletics, right?
Yeah, I actually have advantage.
I take that back. Jarvin, she'd be able to help you, so you'd be able to take 10 as well.
Whew.
I
Okay,
also
cool.
have proficiency
So
in
you would help
athletics.
her, and she would help
So do
you.
I.
Lucky.
So everybody
This
is good.
giant
Everybody
Warforged
except
Warlock is
Yuelia and
talented in
I.
athletics.
It's a good skill to have, especially in my campaigns, because I use it a little bit more than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. Featherfall. Bye.
That's exactly what I
Peace
was
out.
thinking. Literally, I was like, if I jump, like, because I'm not very great at athletics, so I would have done an acrobatics down
I
if I
had
had to roll
I
for
had a
myself.
Featherfall ready for you just in case.
Yeah, I have featherfall as well. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys.
You have such faith in each other.
I am sharing the new map now.
I eat it.
Dang it, Jarvin!
No, not
It's
our
the new map.
our map.
Jarvin, where's my map? I just updated this fucking thing.
It needs another update.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
All through all this money at this.
All that ink. All that ink.
Alright, that was a
Ink
quick
poisoning.
update. Good enough. I will
You
share
guys
screen
update?
after
Shit.
after it loads.
Josh is having his weekly soda.
Weekly soda!
Hey, while
soda.
we're pulling up the thing, Josh, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So it wouldn't work right now because I have Gnome out, but theoretically, if I had Sylph out, so air,
Uh-huh.
could I cast Levitate and survive a fall?
That's a good... What level's levitate?
Two.
Level 2.
Let me see. What am I doing? I don't know why I keep doing that
What
when
are
I
you
know I
doing?
can do this.
All these people.
Oh, are you doing it? Or thank you. Rise of vertical 20 feet, remain suspended for the spell, can levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds, land creature.
So, like, my question is, could I technically cast Levitate on myself while I'm falling
That is a good question.
and survive the fall? Or would it
So
be considered movement and therefore I would just fall through said 20 feet?
so levitate
Is it a reaction?
no, it's an action spell, so it takes time to cast. But if you're falling long enough, I don't see why not, right?
Well,
When
But you fall
in-
very quickly.
in the 5e rules, the moment you start falling, you immediately fall 500 feet.
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
So I
Well,
cast it on myself and
I
then
thought it was
fall.
like
realistic.
I thought it was like 60 feet per round, or no? How many feet? 500 feet per round, or
You immediately fall 500 feet, but you take damage equal to the amount of distance you traveled.
That's stupid. You got time to do shit.
If anything, if we follow like Moano rules, they fell for days.
I'm gonna wait till you share the
According
map. 'Cause I don't
to,
know.
I would have to look into that more, but according to what I'm reading people say from Jeremy Crawford, you would still take fall damage because it doesn't say you don't.
Okay, that's fair. And like right now, like I said, with Gnome it wouldn't be possible anyway because that'd be more of an air thing, and I'm not high enough level to.
I would have
do
to
everything
look
he
into that
does,
more, but I personally would think that it would prevent falling damage, but I would
Right?
have to look into that.
I mean,
Alright.
if you want to make it one in your world, that's fine.
Sure, yeah.
I'll have to look at like I said, I'll have to
Let me know
research,
It's fine. I'll cast suggestion and say I don't take fall damage.
but I'll have to look into it and see the reasonings and then see what my
That's
final
fine.
verdict is based off of.
And I will respect your decision.
It just depends on what the intended effect levitate is supposed to ultimately have. And if Jeremy Crawford says it's meant to be this way or something, then I'll probably respect that unless it doesn't make any sense. But
That is one super fucking creepy doll behind your head. Just saying.
oh yeah,
That's Mr. Mask. He is Lord of the Possums.
he's an intense character from a show.
I have him tattooed on my leg because I love him.
He's very creepy.
That's Mr. Mask. I have his plushie in this campaign. So I have a plushie of him.
You guys can see the map now? Yes?
I can see
No,
nothing.
is it up? What?
Yeah.
What is it
I pulled it
listed
up
as?
immediately.
I can see it. I can
Is
see
it
it.
listed as copy 2?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Okay.
Unfortunately, the first
Yeah,
one...
I remember what you were telling me.
So if anything's wrong with this map, I'm not remaking it. Get over it.
So far, I see pixels. You're good. In the meantime,
we're just waiting to share.
Thank
you. I appreciate you.
It's kind of zoomed out right now, so everyone can see.
Okay, anybody else see the ghost in the map?
Yeah, I see it on here.
Ghost.
Like, just bringing it up, it kind of looks like a ghostly figure.
So now what, my friends?
Shrike will lead the way.
Into the thick of it.
Is it okay? Wait, hold on. Is it supposed to be this dark?
Into the thick of it.
So is it back to dark, or is it still kind of bright?
The thing is that it's not bright enough that it actually really details anything. So your current vision would still be accurate, but it's bright enough that your guys aren't stumbling around in complete darkness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Shrike leads the way as
I
well.
don't know. It's more along the lines of like if you've ever had your eyes adjust in the dark and you can just make out stuff.
You can see
like
things,
you can
but
tell
can't
where the walls are.
Like the escape room, which Josh had 0 night vision.
I have no night vision whatsoever.
So we had a really brutal storm a couple weeks ago, and the power went out in my city, and I went for a walk at like midnight, and there was no light whatsoever. I literally had to take my headlamp outside because of how cloudy it was. There was literally, you couldn't even see like a foot in front of you. It was terrifying. I felt like I was in the apocalypse.
The thing.
Maybe you were.
Alright, so Shrike's already starting to walk down. Is anybody...
I'm taking up the rear guard.
Are we working
again.
on scaling? Do we already scale?
We already scaled.
Okay. I need to be in front by Shrike because of perception. I want Lilith to be behind me. Yeah. And Jarvin's keeping the rear, so... Yeah.
I'll be about here.
And LV, I'll just have her fall on.
Aurora's within butt-touching reach.
Oh.
Booty.
I'm just kidding, I'm kidding.
It's probably best that you're that close. 10 feet, you can be snatched.
We've officially missed every time on Aurora. I can't vote. Yeah.
Now, it is at this point I would also like to add that the heat is starting to get really intense. Like,
am I starting to be affected by it yet, or am I still kind of like, it's hot, but like this is fine?
You're noticing that your wood is kind of... It's kind of creaking. It's drying out. Like
I still have gnome running all over and putting out spot fires.
I mean, it's no exaggeration that you literally could probably combust into flames at any moment, and no one would think that the world was hotter because of it.
Why am I wearing plate armor? Oh god.
So theoretically, if something were to cast heat metal down here on you, Mirra,
I would die.
Now, I was trying to have these lit up on their own.
I thought this was a face.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait, is that Dinosaur?
Well,
I do.
That should be the magma,
Is
right?
that the
it's magma, and I initially tried to have it light up on its own, but it wasn't really. Let me try one more time, just in case.
Put like a candle on it or something.
No one see the dinosaur.
I now see the dinosaur. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It looks like
You're also very
Oh.
quiet. We couldn't really hear you.
you
Dinosaur.
made it look like
No.
the dinosaur from Joe and Mac.
Could have drawn the rest of the
It
body.
looks like
too.
a raptor.
Yeah,
see
the
it.
raptor. I
Jurassic,
can't get rid of all my drawing. It's like
Jurassic
Wait.
correct. Dinosaur. Arr,
I wonder if I can.
You could just hit clear drawing.
a dinosaur.
what?
Rawr.
Where?
The same place you get a raise.
If you hit drawing and then there's an option for enter drawing mode and then there's clear drawing.
No, there's not.
I'm
I-
seeing it.
I don't see it on her screen either.
Thank you.
I'll be back in half a moment.
Yeah, there's nothing for me. You guys are dealing with some dots.
Can you share your screen?
Oh man, hold on.
Oh man!
We'll just leave the dots. It's fine.
It's not a big deal. We
Yeah, you got most of it.
That's
Yay.
Yeah, you could just hit clear drawing.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
My eraser. And then there's
Oh.
Oh, now it wants to work. Freaking A.
Nice.
Oh, I eat it. It's
No,
pretty.
you
I
don't.
can't see your mouse anyway, so it doesn't matter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. It wasn't working before. Any case. But as you guys come around this corner, like the heat just slams into you. Like it was unbearable. Like all the way up at the first cliff that you scaled. But now you guys are like literally frying from being next to this stuff. Like if you guys get too close, you're pretty sure you're gonna take damage.
I keep away against the wall
Moving
because
that way.
heat sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, we would assume we would anyways,
I'm
but
literally gonna rush past the lava and get the. It's too hot. I'm in full
GTFO. Look at that little dead raptor. He's just chilling.
So everybody's gonna just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't going in it.
Nope.
Is
Jarvin,
this-
don't eat it.
I want to bathe in it.
Is that another pathway?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just say you guys hug the wall for the sake of.
Yep.
Your poor drawings.
No.
I can't erase them.
Shrike, if you go to Shrike's vision,
There we go.
Oh.
Oh, it's another pathway up here.
but only Shrike would really know that.
Yeah.
And
Pathway
Shrike's
there.
AFK, so.
Yeah. There's a pathway.
I'm guessing
here,
he would
and a
tell
pathway
us.
There.
But I said, I'm pretty sure Shrike would inform
Is
you
there a
that.
pathway this way that we didn't see?
If
Correct.
I eat right,
Oh,
then
there
I
is
see it.
another path that way? Oh, geez. Okay.
That
There's
way,
not
that
one
way.
to the south. There's one north and one east.
Okay, that's just a little cove.
Okay, so then this way south does not exist.
Does not exist.
So let's continue east.
I'm gonna
Oops.
prestidigitate Shrike's eyeballs into my hands so that I can see with his eyes.
Ew!
Alas,
No.
Shit.
alas, even though you mimic his eyeballs, it does not work.
Okay, Yuelia, what do you think?
What?
Shrike's the one with the vision.
I'm back.
Okay, Shrike, you can see a way north and a way east. You need to tell us because we can't see it.
There's a path north and a path east. Y'all can't see it, but I can.
Good job.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Nice.
So what are we thinking, guys? Do we want to go that? We want to go.
Can I see anything either way,
Isn't
or
the
do they both
lava?
look the
To
same?
the north.
You can
Is it-
see. So you can see what
What I see
is
there, like,
available to your sight.
So shouldn't we? I know I just scurried away from the lava, but shouldn't we be going north toward it because that's most likely where the abomination is?
That's a good call. We could check it out.
Well, let's check out north first then.
Let's check out north.
But be very careful. Jarvin, it's hot! Jarvin! Jarvin is so
Mirra.
hot.
Prestidigitate.
Thank you.
Mirra,
I'm
if
literally
you-
just like prestidigitating Mirra over and over again right now.
I
Jarvin
cast
is
Right.
silence
hot.
on Mirra.
He's probably suffering the most.
Shrike is gonna warn Mirra if she whines again, Shrike will cast suggestion on her.
I give you a look.
Yeah, but
and I
you
glomp
need to
onto
realize
you.
she's covered in fur.
I
I
glomp
prepare
onto you.
my suggestion.
Now,
I prepare my
given
suggestion in preparation for Shrike's suggestion.
now given that
Oh,
Shrike is given that Shrike is the one that would probably see this first, you notice a absolutely astronomically
Astronomical.
gigantic ant
Hey,
to the left.
there's an ant.
Huh?
And not like relative ant, we're talking like the
Is it
insect.
Petunia?
I take out
Not,
a cookie
not relative.
and I start walking. Hello? Hello?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mirra and use her to make its home.
So I break it in half and kind of toss half a cookie at it.
Mirra, it's gonna take you and use you to feed its children.
Ants
Cast
don't
Eldritch
do
Blast.
that. Hello?
Shrike casts
Hi.
Eldritch Blast.
They literally do that.
It was minding its own business, but it seems to have reacted to Mirra like talking out loud.
We could have
Hello?
gone the other
Does
way.
it react aggressively?
And initially it was it looks like I was looking at something on the ground or messing with something. It turns around and it's starting to like arch up like really tall.
Eldritch
I
Blast?
make myself smaller
Shoot
and
it, Shrike.
and just
Eldritch Blast?
like no,
Don't
no.
shoot it yet.
I make
Don't
myself
shoot it yet.
smaller and just stay there. Not a
Hold.
target.
I'm taking out Undertow.
And I threw my half a cookie like partially. Cookie.
Okay, yeah, no. If it starts moving towards her, let's shoot it.
It's
but-
moving really slowly and it doesn't seem threatening.
Cookie.
Didn't you say it rears up and makes itself bigger?
Yeah, but
initially
then I went
when
smaller.
when it realized that you guys were there, it kind of reacted and got really tall.
Can I
But
do like
you're
a knowledge nature or something?
sure.
I'm just
Does-
holding still, making myself
Oh, that was
small while
close,
holding up
but
a
what do you-
cookie.
I got an 11.
I mean, as far as you can tell from like regular ants,
It's just really big.
it doesn't seem to be acting in a manner that really combat would be necessary. But it's hard to tell because, you know, these are giant ants that kind of look like they have molten lava going through them.
Is it
Oh,
red?
oh,
Is it a
Yeah,
red?
no, we're gonna stay
Do
away.
not
But
touch that
it-
thing.
Is it a red ant?
Yes, it is.
Those are bad.
But it goes
It-
up
it does.
to the cookie. It seems to kind of have the antenna things going. And it kind of puts its face towards Mirra. And then it looks at all of you, and then it just
No.
kind of moseys on its way.
Okay, we can breathe.
You gotta stop trying to be friends with every animal you meet. You're gonna die.
I haven't yet, so what's the problem? Everybody
Have
likes.
you met a bear yet?
Yes, and Aurora punched it into a coma.
So, about that,
Aurora punched
Wait.
it into a coma. I didn't get to make friends with it. It chased
Because
us
it's a
around
bear.
a tree.
They don't make friends with you.
It just chased us around a tree a bunch, and then she punched it, and then it had birds going around its head.
so
Stars.
Aurora chimes in. I punched it.
And then Jarvin pulls out his action figure and presses the punch button.
I would just like to say that was a 10 out of 10 Aurora impersonation.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna
Alright,
go over and
so-
see what it was looking at.
Punch!
I'm gonna go over and see what it was looking at. What was he looking at? Was it a cool rock? Was it?
I mean, it just seems to be a bunch of rocks. Nothing of particular note.
Is it a dead end?
Yeah,
Okay.
let me go ahead and show you guys just so you don't think I'm messing with you.
Oh, I think you're messing with me.
He was messing with us.
Oh, I knew it!
I was
We
messing
ran
with
into
you
it.
the
We ran
entire
into a
time.
spider ambush.
Oh no, Jarvin! Okay.
Just for the sake of moving around in tunnels, I'm probably gonna have you guys.
That's fair.
All
You
into one
know
like
where.
We need a lava boat.
Ah, lava boat, lava boat,
And we need to
lava
be
boat.
prepared to encounter lava bears.
Yeah, lava bears are dangerous.
Okay, Aurora, you go
Man, what-
first.
What's a lava bear?
I don't know,
Oh,
but it
no,
sounds
they're
like
really
something
scary.
for Aurora.
If you
You
think
don't wanna
Corona
know.
bears are bad,
Thing as lava bears.
Damn lava bears. Maybe that's what we're gonna fight. Maybe it's just a gigantic fire bear.
We fight a lava bear.
could
I'm
be.
walking away.
Rip. Alright, peace out, everyone else. I'm just gonna
Anyways.
head on
That'd be
back.
freaking
Well, there's only
terrifying.
one other path to go through, so let's check it out.
Alright, Shrike, you first.
Shrike leads the way to the east.
East.
To
I
the
thought you
east, to
said
the
east.
east.
I
to
was
the
just
east.
thinking that. Pedi, get out
As
of
long
my
as I
brain.
don't find as long as we don't get a yeast infection down here, we should be fine.
I'd take a step
What the
away
fuck
from
are you
Shrike.
doing? You get a yeast infection along here.
Shit, it's
No, we're
too
not
late.
gonna cross that. Is that okay?
Oh god, what
Why
are we
is it
touching?
green? Do I smell gas? What is
So-
happening?
As you guys get to this area, you guys notice that there's moss growing on the ground.
Moss.
I eat it. I eat it.
No, don't eat
What
it.
does it taste like?
I
Do
would,
you just literally stuff it in your mouth?
No, I'm gonna knowledge nature it though.
Maybe
Sure.
if we wear it, it'll keep us cool.
I would like to take a clump.
Oh,
and,
good call.
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
Now, just so you know, if
Oh,
anybody
god damn
ever
it.
does-
Another 11.
if anybody ever calls for a check and you're also proficient in it, you can help them and give them advantage.
Who else has
What's happening?
nature? No one else
Nature
has
check.
nature.
Excuse you.
You have
Can I
nature?
Bible it to learn about it?
That's pretty neat.
That's
What was
funny.
that, Breya?
Have
Sorry?
Can I use survival to try to see if I know anything about it?
Sure.
Almost there.
Guidance. Guidance.
I'll assist survival.
You feel sparkly.
Are
got
you
8.
rolling for nature, Mira?
I'm not.
Someone else
I
rolls.
rolled for nature.
What does guidance give you? A D4?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Uh,
my
Jarvin
assistance
did.
gives you advantage.
Yeah, so if you assist Jarvin, he can roll again and add
I-
an
Yeah,
A4.
I am
I'll give you
Oh,
a
wait.
slide.
Who assisted me?
I am assisting Breya.
Oh, thank God I can roll again.
Okay, wait. What is your nature roll though, Yuelia?
I got a 15.
I get a +6 to nature.
Yeah, no. You do you instead, like, because I only have a plus
So,
3.
so are you gonna assist? Oh wait, no, but you already rolled.
I would
I
let him
can.
still assist you.
Okay.
Because you guys aren't really doing anything right now, so.
As long as
it's
I
not
can
much
tell,
better.
as long as I can tell you're trying to do something, I can guidance you. So
Okay, I'm assuming you guidance me. That's 20 total.
nice.
And I got a 15.
That's still nice.
So, on the survival side, this moss, I mean, other than the fact that it's growing in an extremely hostile environment, it seems to be resistant to the heat.
Maybe if we eat it, we'll also be
I make-
resistant.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
get
cut
a
a bunch
bunch
up
of
and make
it
the
and
first
shove
move.
it into my armor?
Now, as far as Yuelia is concerned, this is actually kind of really hard to find moss. And it seems
Yuelia,
to be
collect a
all-
bunch.
And that seems to be all over the place, but this is used to make fire resistance potions.
I was about to say, good ingredient.
Okay, let's collect.
Oh.
I would like to pad my
Just
armor with
collect
it.
like a pinch of it and chew on it and see what happens.
Well, it
Yuelia
wouldn't be
could tell
good
you
to
that if
just-
you eat it, nothing would happen.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say it's like most things in this nature. You usually have to amplify it with other
You
chemicals.
never-
By itself, it's
Yeah, I
useless.
figure, but you never know.
Right. That being said, if we have enough time, I could actually try and make some potions.
I collect a whole bunch and shove it into my boobies.
But it all depends on what else I need. Because I can't say it's an exact science.
Given what you know, because there's different ways to make the same potion,
Right.
using this moss, you would still be missing ingredients.
But we
Right,
can
that's
collect
what I'm
it for
saying.
later.
Yes, we can collect it for later. Especially because I don't have
What
the
if
other
we
ingredients.
grind
We-
it
we
up,
can grow
turn
some
it into a
in the ship.
liquid, and then put that liquid all over our body?
Yeah.
I mean, I was just shoving it in my shirt.
I
but-
don't know if we could really.
Make an intelligence medicine check.
A what?
So it's
Is that for me?
It's
Yeah.
medicine, but you use intelligence instead of.
So
wisdom.
you use
Instead of
intelligence
wisdom.
as the intelligence modifier, but use your medicine skill
Okay.
as
I'm
that
just gonna
modifier.
roll medicine, just add a 1.
Guidance. Wait, I don't know what you're doing. So
And it's instead an 11.
So can I assist in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will roll again. Not much better. It's a 13, so 14.
As far as you can tell, it might actually, if you guys actually take some time to like maybe make it into like some weird cream, it might actually take the edge of this heat off of you guys.
Breya's already grinding it between 2 rocks.
okay, let's take some time to get some of this moss so I don't die.
If everybody
would
wants
like
to
to save
participate
some
in
if you
this,
Yeah. Oh,
I
save
will
some.
let-
Yeah, save some, definitely.
everybody make a D20, just regular straight roll. This is just to see how much time it really takes.
Everybody?
Everybody that's participating, I'm assuming.
I got a
everybody's
10.
I have
participating.
-1 strength with the.
No, this is just D20
Just a
straight.
D20 straight.
Okay.
I got a
Okay,
10.
we'll say
I put it in.
We have a 10 and a 4.
I got a 12.
16.
It's gonna take us a hot minute, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I got a 4.
What if lower's actually better?
Lilith,
Yes, I
That's got
have
a
a
10.
10.
a 10. Oh, I
I'll
see.
roll.
I'll be back.
This is
Okay.
for Aurora.
Oh no, that sounds about right. She gets bored.
So we have a 4.
Although she doesn't like collecting, but she likes the crushing. So that's
Yeah.
why. Yeah, that makes sense.
So whose rolls am I missing here? Breya?
Still missing.
I got a 10.
10. And
Jarvin's.
Jarvin was a 4.
4. Okay. I mean,
Jarvin gets distracted trying to eat it.
I would say in the span of about an hour. Yeah, I would say in about the span of an hour, you guys managed to apply this stuff, and immediately, like you still have to kind of use prestidigitation to cool down a little bit.
Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
You guys, this moss is delicious.
Can I like collect some in a container of some kind? Like, do we have like a cookie tin?
You have my belly.
I have flasks.
My
So
cookie tin is empty, so I guess you could if you wanted to.
We should put some extra in there.
Okay.
I mean, I could just put some in my bag of holding.
Yeah.
You just want loose cream in your bag of holding.
Oh, I thought you meant the moss.
No, the
itself.
the
It hasn't
moss.
turned into. I see what you're saying, but I do have flasks, so we could put some
cream
inside
in
the flask.
the flask, and I'll fill my cookie tin with moss with some dirt, so we can hopefully plant it later, so Yuelia can like cultivate it. We'll see about that. Yuelia,
Moss is actually very adaptable.
Yuelia, I need some more cookies, please.
So if you want to collect this, like for later, it's called Fire Eater Moss.
Okay, so
Fire eater
one
moss.
cookie tin of fire eater moss. Do you want to put that in your bag since you're carrying it, or do you want me to carry it since I have it?
The other use that it has, if you have it, is that it makes a great fire extinguisher if you throw it on fire.
Ooh.
Fire eater moss.
Yeah, so
What
you have
about
one
lava?
cookie tin worth of.
Not so much lava.
So my cookie tin holds like it's like this big. I mean, maybe 10 to 15 cookies.
So I'm gonna go about it a different way. How much money would you say this is worth, Josh, in potion relation?
It's hard to say, but I would measure it in uses.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a matter of how much you really want to collect.
Maybe
her
a
whole
flask for everyone?
I mean, if you
Oh, but
wanna-
that's of cream. That's taking more time.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's a matter of. I know we're looking at making the cream right now for everybody. We also want to make some extra ones, but then Mirra's looking to just keep the whole thing as a whole.
Yeah,
I
so
also
we
want to
can-
keep some of it as a whole.
Yeah.
So
The
we got a
cream-
lot of stuff, different going things.
I mean, it's less a cream, but you basically mashed it down and everything and applied it to yourselves. and
Mhm.
that's happened and done. So everybody's under the effect of that.
Okay.
Okay, and then we made a bit more of that and put it in some flasks. So we'll say we have I don't
Okay,
know,
so I would say if you're getting a bit more, it's probably like 8 uses worth.
8 uses. Okay.
I have
In-
2
So
empty
you could just
potion
say
bottles.
fire eater moss times 8.
Okay,
Okay.
and this is in the powder form.
I would say it's just clumps.
Okay,
Okay.
and then so if I wanted to try and make potions out of it, could I still make potions out of that, or?
Yeah, each clump,
Mhm.
you would have 8 tries.
Okay. So alright, so we just have 8 then. Okay.
But
You have enough to make potions for everybody, technically.
is that
Okay.
including
I'm
the
thinking
amount in the
something to eat.
cookie tin?
That is including the amount in the cookie tin.
Okay. Okay.
I
So yeah,
keep some for
Yuelia,
you.
I'll give you my cookie tin. But then I take some cookies from you since, I mean, I emptied my cookie tin with that last cookie.
What did you say, Jarvin?
Sorry.
I'm taking some to eat for later.
Okay. You can add fire eater moss times 1
To eat.
to your other possessions.
Yes.
Are you guys moving on?
Okay, so just so I understand how this is working.
Yeehaw.
Just so I understand how this is working. Is the moss, when we turn it into this cream or whatever, is it the same as it would be used for the potion?
No.
So
Okay.
what's in the tin is 8 uses. The
Right,
clumps
okay.
in the tin is 8
Well,
uses.
each times 1 of the clump is what you would use up to make a potion.
Right.
So we have
Okay,
8 uses
so
in
then-
the cookie tin, and then we have
Right.
a little bit in. I have 2 empty potion bottles, or if you have some flasks or
I have-
something.
I can make my own flasks.
Okay.
So
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 then
then
we have
I'll
that
make-
of cream.
yeah. Okay, so I'll make another 8 more of cream for everybody else as well. So I'll
Okay.
hold on to them as well for everyone.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So we have essentially stuff to make potions with and stuff to keep the heat off of us as we're traveling.
Awesome.
Good.
I mean, it doesn't entirely keep it off, but at
Like,
least
it helps.
it's the lava is not like absolutely unbearable.
It feels so much better. I take a little extra
You-
and shove it down my shirt just because.
You're at least moving around like you were up on the cliff above.
Okay, good.
So you're at least
feel better.
functional.
Want
so
some
you know-
Brahmas?
Just to throw that out there, under the conditions that you guys were in, if you had actually started combat, like everything would have been at disadvantage.
I knew it would be, because how can you exert energy in
Oh,
a
shit.
place where you're in an oven?
Don't we need to stop and rest?
No, not yet anyway.
Well, but sleeping
You
on the
just
moss
need-
would be a little better than on hot rock, right?
I'd like to sleep on the moss.
Would this be a good place to like sleep on the moss?
How about
We do know there are giant ants around.
So they're
Well,
It
friendly.
also didn't bother us at all.
okay? So how about we do a little bit more exploring
Okay.
We weren't
And then if-
vulnerable and
and
sleeping.
then see how things go, and then we can come back and rest up on this moth. I do have an alarm that I can ritually cast, so I can set up alarms if anything comes our way.
Well, we
can
also
take
have
shifts.
yeah we have shifts like
Yeah,
Shrike.
so we can also
and-
take shifts, but I'll put
yeah.
up an alarm for extra measure,
Okay.
and we'll go from there.
Okay, so
Alternative
explore
theory.
for a little bit more and then rest.
That
Alternative
sounds like the best
theory.
idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of going and potentially getting stuck into combat that might screw us because we didn't rest, why don't we rest now?
We technically have been going for over
I
24
agree.
hours.
Okay, then if we want to rest now, then I will ask that someone come with me.
I go to
so
sleep.
that I can do an alarm.
I'll come with you.
How
I will
about
essentially set an alarm here. So pull out some silver thread, throw some there.
Are you
And another
marking
one.
it on the map?
Yeah.
Yes, I am, and then another one there. So if anything starts to come in within this area that is not our own party, then I will be.
I suggest we sleep closer to the
alerted.
walls in case some ants need to pass by. Then they have room to go around us.
Okay, so who's keeping watch?
I'll
Shrike.
start with with Shrike. I'll do
Well,
a shift.
Shrike will always monitor the entire time.
Right. So we only need one other person throughout each shift. So
I'm good
if
for
Mirra
one.
wants to go first.
I'm good for one.
Okay. Plus, you have the backup of the alarm, so
I have the horn.
then
Right.
It's
trying to
my
If you
horn
all
now, Shrike.
If everybody takes pretty much a full rest minus an hour, I guess is the word, everybody will pretty much get 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep.
Is that a
We
long
need
rest?
that uninterrupted. Oh yeah.
So long
if
rest?
we're not getting
Are you?
Yeah.
You guys are taking a long rest, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
at least gonna try to.
Because
All
it'll.
depends if you throw anything at us.
Well, I'll have to roll for it. Let's see.
So first shift.
On the 4th hour, Yuelia, your alarm trips. Shrike, you see it's an ant. It pretty much walks by, not even paying any attention to you guys.
Told you.
Would I have to reset up the alarm, or is it still?
No, it's just up until it tells you anybody that comes in
Okay.
during that time period.
I
leave
eat
about
it.
8 hours.
Please don't eat that ant. They're nice.
You say they're nice.
At hour 7, 3 ants. So 1 ant came from the east, went west.
Okay.
3 ants came from the west, went east.
So I'm just constantly being awoken. Got it.
Yep.
No, I mean 3 of them came all at once, which brings questions because only 1 went left. Why is there now 3?
But
Where did the other 2 come from?
The
Even
lava.
if they
Picked
wake
up
us
its
up.
friends from an ant party.
They
Mind your
came from the
business.
lava party.
But just like that, 8 hours are up.
Alright.
Wakey, wakey. I don't
And
have eggs to
actually-
makey, but wake up.
Being here in the moss was actually not that bad. It's actually pretty. The temperature is a lot different where the moss is.
Alright, which way?
I'll help
So
Yuelia
who-
collect her thread.
It
Stuff.
just falls off. It should be
Oh.
alright.
Okay.
I don't think I have to recollect it. I think it just.
I
falls
would
off
give
after
you the benefit of just being able to get it back.
Okay.
I'm gonna give everybody a prestidigitation bath.
Oh, thank you. You're so nice. Can you do my hair
Pres-
again? It still feels a little heavy.
Oops, I closed stuff. Oops.
I will refuse because I don't want the moss mud to leave my body.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just meant I'm making you less sweaty, like
Yeah,
stinky.
But if you make me less sweaty,
If
it'll take away the
you
mud box.
if you
I can't actually like wet you, like.
well,
Ooh, dampen the
thing is-
moss because it might have
I mean-
like gotten like crusty overnight. So if you dampen us, then it reforms into paste, and
Well,
it's kind of a shower.
what I want to toss in is if you clean somebody, it will clean off the paste.
That we
It's
worked
probably
so
better
hard
to
for.
call it paste.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
avoiding.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Can you at least clean my hair?
Yes,
Thank
I'll
you.
do that.
That's so nice.
Alright.
All right.
Keep going.
What's next? Shrike
Right.
moving?
Forward.
no,
Oh.
You said no.
Shrike is going back.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Where are you going?
Shrike
Hi.
needs to figure out where the fuck these magic ants came from.
Oh
Well,
my
they
God.
looked like. Don't go alone. Wait for me.
Our goal is not the ants, Shrike.
Is everybody
Are we
I don't
following?
want to
the
be
lava.
here. I don't want to be here longer than I have to.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want to go back.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh,
So-
Nobody's coming with Shrike. Shrike is gonna look back and be like, is anybody coming?
No, we have to find the abomination.
The ants aren't the abomination.
That we know of.
For once, your spirits are in agreement with somebody else other than Shrike.
Oh.
But
Probably,
great, but okay, Shrike will catch back up and be like, fine, we're going this way. We're going this way.
This is
and-
probably the only instance where the spirits would disagree with your decision.
That's fine.
'Cause they don't
accept
like elementals.
I accept
Worry
that.
about
We're going
magic ants
forward.
later.
Magic ants,
Shrike
magic
is gonna
Magic
find a way to burn them to the ground.
Huh?
You're gonna
Seemingly
burn
fire.
lava ants to the ground?
Why? This is
We're gonna
their
find
home.
a way to do it.
right? So rude.
How can I be an invading force if I don't try to take out the other forces?
That's not our goal.
That's not your goal.
Ah.
Good morning.
Shrike is gonna be humming the tune of the ants go marching 2 by 2. Doesn't know where he got it from, but he's still
We
humming.
also actually have no idea what time of day it is, really.
That's true.
Nope, you do not.
Jarvin, what day? What time of day is it?
What day of the week is it?
It's approximately hair past freckle.
See, hair pass.
It's 7:27 p.m. This looks promising.
On the Fractus day?
That's not okay.
Why does it look like a man burning alive?
Because it's a man burning
It
alive.
probably is. Oh.
You kind of see it, right? You see like the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the fingers.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Please
yeah,
stop.
I see it.
There's also an angry cat in the background.
See, actually what I see is the angry cat, but like this is one arm, this is the other arm, this is one of its legs, the other leg is coming out through there. And it's actually, this is our demon!
So, you basically have reached a flow of lava that your path requires you to go forward across.
Can you use your ice breath to like freeze some of the lava?
Maybe, actually.
I've seen that in anime.
I can
Could
try
I use
casting...
my ice breath to try to like create like cooled rock?
I mean, in theory, it should work.
And then we all quickly run across.
You would end up using up your necklace in the process.
How about I just try casting Frostbite and see how that would work?
Try it.
I'm gonna cast Frostbite.
So, you do cast Frostbite, and it does hit the lava, and it does cool a part of it, but it's flowing.
Oh,
so that spot that you hit keeps going.
Is there any sizable rock in the way that I could possibly cast Enlarge on to help us out?
Can you cast Enlarge on inanimate objects?
Yeah.
You cause a creature or object you can see within range to grow larger.
Well, before you do that, though, there is a sizable rock to your guys' right that you could move into the way.
Okay, I also... Mirra, don't you have something that allows you to paint things into reality?
Yeah, but that would use a lot of paint.
But think about it, if you paint a small bridge...
But we have
and
a
then
rock we could
enlarge
just
it,
shove into it.
But
and
that
do the same
requires
thing.
people climbing, and if they fuck their climbing, then they might fall in lava and die.
We have the rock. Let's literally try shoving the rock first.
In theory, the rock should be more than enough to have everybody pass without having to, like, tightrope across.
If I drew a bridge, it would be tightroping across.
Well,
I don't
depending
have that
on
much
how much
paint.
you use.
I don't have that much paint. I mean, maybe I do.
Yeah, no, my thought was just building, like, making a tiny arching bridge and then casting Enlarge.
Let's try the rock
But if the
first.
rock works, do the rock.
Alright, Aurora. Show that rock who's boss.
I said, Aurora's not going to be able to move that on her own.
Alright, Breya, help Aurora show that rock who's boss.
Wait,
do we
you
all
want
help?
us to drag a rock that's way heavy into the lava?
We just push it.
Well, I think the plan seems to be you drag the rock close and then tip it over so it falls, making a bridge.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just toss the tiny rock in and then enlarge it?
Because that wastes a spell slot. And there's already a rock here.
Right, but it's the same rock. Like, the rock that's there isn't that big yet, right?
No, it
No,
is.
the one in question can completely cover it without doing...
Oh, we don't have to do... I get you. Well, I can push up to 480 pounds.
Well, I can help you.
Well, I'll help.
I was about to say, given the size of this rock, it's probably going to require everybody to help, even Elvie.
Okay.
So, strength checks from everybody.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't worry, we're strong.
I got a
I
nat
kick it
20.
then.
I got nat 20 for a 23.
Monkeys together, strong.
And
I got a
kick it 10.
Together, strong.
I put it in chat.
Me too.
I got a 10.
Much work to put it in chat.
Oh, she's got -4. That's not gonna be good.
I have -1.
Oh,
too.
she got a -3, guys.
Oh no.
Well, she tried.
She
You
tried.
know, I kind of, sort of expected it.
Got a -3.
Elvie has thrown her back out because she
Can
tried to
I-
lift her back and not her knees.
Can Gnome help?
I mean, Gnome can't really interact with physical objects still.
He's gonna give moral support and give
Sure.
Elvie a +3.
All right, so
It's a 0.
Elvie gets a 0.
I got a 10, a 23. That's a big help.
It was a nat 20.
13, a 10, a 15, a 14, and a -3.
No, she's at
Yes.
0 now because of moral support from Gnome.
Sure.
She doesn't throw her back out. She just thinks she
One,
like
two,
sprained
three,
her
four,
wrist.
five.
there was a nat 20 from Breya.
What was Lilith's?
10.
Another 10.
Hold on, I'm rolling Aurora.
Oh yeah.
Aurora was
Already
already
ro-
rolled.
I already rolled it.
Also, I feel like I'm doing all the work.
Because you absolutely are.
If you didn't help push, you guys wouldn't have moved it the 5 feet that you moved it.
Wait, when you say 5 feet, where were we pushing? When you say 5 feet, where were we
Okay,
pushing
I'm gonna
from?
use LV as the indicator for the rock for the time being. So
Okay.
it was here, now it's here.
Okay,
That was
push
it?
again.
Yeah,
Again?
no, fuck
We
this.
moved?
Absolutely not. Make the bridge.
No, we push. I'm not wasting
You're
KP.
going
Do it
to
again.
So
physically
then why
exhaust
don't we
all
just
of us.
use enlarge? It would just be done over with.
No,
Why don't
we
we
just.
use-
There's already a rock here.
Why don't we use reduce, move
You
the
are
rock,
going
and then
to physically
take off?
exhaust all of us by
Okay,
pushing this rock that far.
Since I have the spell slot, I'm gonna cast Reduce on the rock.
And then we move
Okay.
it, and then let it enlarge.
All we have to
So,
do is take a short rest and we can get it
When
back.
you reduce it, it becomes unbelievably easier to move this thing. And you guys set it in place.
Yeah, and then I stop concentration.
It enlarges, and it's kind of teetering from enlarging. And it looks like it might fall the other way, in which you don't want it to do.
No, no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
quickly
no.
go.
Oh shit!
Um,
I rush it with my anchor and slam into it to make it go the other way.
Bing! And the lava just splashes out.
Oh, I dodge.
No, it splashes out to the side.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Well, forward into the sides, but nonetheless away from you guys.
I
Alright.
cross quickly just in case.
Now, that's not to say, the thing is this looks like it's actually sinking.
I'm going hardcore
Quickly.
parkour.
Quickly cross.
Can I do athletics to quickly cross?
I mean, you guys can cross safely.
Okay.
It's
Can I
just a
use
matter of
acrobatics?
Parkour.
Pretty cool.
Parkour.
everybody crossing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you guys make your way across, probably 5 minutes later, it kind of submerges into the flow and gets swept off with the rest of the rocks.
We'll just have to
The
do that
rest of the
again.
lava.
But luckily, Shrike can get his spell slots back after a short rest.
I'll have my spell slots back in theory before anything else happens.
In theory, don't
In
say
theory.
that.
In theory.
I mean, I've only used one spell slot. Hold on, this is actually getting... I'm gonna cast Gift of Alacrity on myself.
Okay.
Because that's a 1 minute cast, so it's not something that I can wait for combat to start.
Alrighty. Excuse me.
Shrike, why'd you stop? Keep moving.
I'm pulling
I
up
found a pretty rock. Okay. I'm
I
done.
like pretty
Yeah,
rocks.
we used it to get over the lava. We know.
Oh,
We were there.
yeah.
We were there. All right, so you guys are continuing?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Do 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 do. You guys are
No. No.
Oh,
Get
no.
back here, bitch.
So which way, Shrike?
There's a path to the right and a path to the kind of down right. Now, that's super helpful, I know. Is there any, like, other than what I, like, is there anything that I can see that isn't necessarily on the map? Like tracks or anything like that?
Not particularly. Even without any rolls, all of you can tell that this is definitely not naturally made tunnel.
Great.
All right, guys, which way do we want to go? They look
Well-
the exact same.
Well, we have to go
Let's-
down, so do we just go down?
Or
Well,
are
you're-
either of these
South
paths-
doesn't
Well,
necessarily mean down.
If you were to listen to your spirits, you're trying to go south and a little bit west.
We're going down.
Okay, so
So in
we're
other words, we're
south.
going east.
East.
We're going- No, because I listen to my spirit sometimes.
I
and so
know,
I'm going
but
west.
that means we were also told that there was a treasure room. Just saying,
Were we told that?
from the obelisk.
That's right. There's treasure room
Oh.
somewhere.
It's fair.
The brown.
So we know where the main path is. We go the other way.
The writings on the obelisk mentioned that there was a room where all the offerings to Moradin were stored.
So
If that's here, that's questionable.
yeah, I mean, worth checking out, but I think we should head south. We should definitely try and just. get what
Shrike
we've
is
been here
gonna
to do.
say we should
We've been
go
here
south.
too long.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Let's head south.
Shrike.
Yuelia, are
Feels
you marking
warmer.
this on your map?
Yep.
Okay, they said we needed to go southeast, right? So we take the east one.
No, southwest now.
You said west now?
I said south and a little bit to the west.
That's way west. That's straight west.
Yeah,
Oh,
but if we
wait.
need to go more west than
That's the
east.
southwest.
Guys, I can't tell where we are.
Go to the west a little bit. Can we see around this corner? Yeah.
There's another
There.
south.
Oh,
There.
okay. That
All right,
that
well,
way?
We can make the assumption that those paths kind of go together.
We don't know that.
Oh. Let me.
I love being in the middle.
At this point, you're just being held and just.
I'm really just being led. I have no idea where I am. Click on Lilith. Click on Lilith.
Okay, sure, I got you. Oops. Wrong
Whoa.
button. There we go. Oh, okay.
That was not supposed to happen, but oh. well.
Lava having a
Yeah.
Oh, it's rave party.
It's a rave.
I can't undo it, so it is what it is. Actually,
The
can I-
K's are going wild.
Oh, I can undo that one. Sweet.
Okay, so do we
Yeah,
see the
looks like-
glow from that room?
Okay, cool. It looks like we're going south again.
So we're going south again.
Yep.
Do you
we're
know
going
if this
south.
website? LibGen? Yeah, I figured while I was here I would download a book. So I just did. I did.
Can't see anything now.
Oops.
Ooh.
Oh God.
I have not read
Um,
any of the books that I've downloaded. Like Game of Thrones.
South again?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Didn't you tell me you have
What do
trouble
my
reading
spirits tell me?
I do. I
It's-
do.
It's still south and a little bit more west.
Right,
Ugh.
so we gotta go south.
And hopefully it goes west.
I don't know. We're missing something.
Yeah.
We're missing good shit.
Yeah, but the ones I haven't.
Playing any video game, I'm telling you right now, we
We
missed
didn't
something.
explore. Oh, here we go. West.
X marks the spot. Dig here, guys.
Oh
here.
no!
Jesus
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my god!
What?
Are they seeing something I'm not? I'm confused.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Yuelia has zoomed out the map, so we can kind of sort of see the whole thing. We can't see anything.
It
but we
looks
can
like
see-
ant tunnels. It's
I
a
don't think
freaking
I'm
ant farm in
supposed to
here.
see that, but
It's a
It
crazy
also
ant farm.
kind of looks like
Right.
female
What can I see to the
reproductive
southwest?
system.
Yeah, a little
Just a
bit.
dead end.
That's scary. Is that is
Gosh, is
southwest
that-
a dead end?
Southwest is a dead end, correct?
How are you guys supposed to see that?
In this
I don't know, but we do.
We're looking at shh.
I'm looking at the X.
We're looking at the X.
Southwest, which considers a dead end, as I wouldn't say a dead end, but that's where your spirit is urging you to go.
Okay, let's try southwest.
I'm going down the southwest.
Don't metagame.
Cool.
My spirits are telling me I need to go south and west, so I'm going down the southwest.
No, that's
isn't it?
southeast.
I mean, this is the only south.
I feel
Yeah,
like
the other
you guys
part
are
was a dead end.
mutually going southeast and not southwest.
And now we go. to
Well,
the
we
west.
were essentially only heading south because the other paths were blocked.
Yeah, that's true.
Josh, which way is north on this map? Can I use
Oh.
survival to tell that?
Yeah.
Because we might not even be heading south.
I'm just saying south
Oh.
as what we're seeing on this map.
You absolutely know which direction is which, but basically you're just using the feelings of Shrike spirits, so to speak.
Okay, so which I want to draw like a little. I forget what they're called, where you dictate what's north and south and blah blah blah.
Oh, there is one. There is
No, it's
already
on a
one.
map.
Oh.
Where?
It's on the bottom right of the giant box. So follow your dice all the way to the
Oh.
right.
That's so you're able to move the map around without
yeah,
using
this
the
is-
middle mouse button.
Yeah, that's just
But
to move them.
Yeah,
this,
Lame.
this is literally in the dirt card. So up is north.
Yeah.
up is north. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so we need
That's right,
south
we're still heading to the west.
west, so let's go to the west tunnel now.
Okay.
Yuelia, do we need to stop and let you like write stuff? Because I feel like this is getting a bit
I mean,
cray.
I'm assuming we're not rushing through this.
I'm
right
still
away.
doing my draggy marks, which is kind of hurting my feet now. But I would like to still do draggy marks. Scuff
And
marks.
he
do
said
my
a
spirits
little
still
to
tell
the
me south
west.
and west?
I want to eat the draggy marks.
Please don't eat my draggy marks. We need those to get out because this is a maze.
Josh, what do my spirits tell me?
Southwest more?
Apparently, fuck you.
Yep.
I mean, as it stands,
Jarvin is a gluttonous hooer.
it's definitely more west now, but
Okay, so keep going west.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's northwest,
There's
southwest.
northwest and southwest.
Southwest.
Okay, southwest.
I hope we know how to get back.
I'm leaving draggy
Okay.
marks. Yuelia's making a map. We're good.
I've been drawing a map.
Have a great sense of direction.
just for the sake of narration, you guys are passing ants here and there, but they're
Cardinal directions.
totally leaving you alone.
Sweet.
Don't talk about the token that's on a map.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't aggro the ants.
See?
Oh.
Making friends helps.
Yeah, but just think, they have exoskeletons, which means we could have made shit in armor.
If you would have aggroed the ants, all the ants would have known because of pheromones, and they'd be like, "You smell like ant death. You
They're-
are enemy."
Mirra wouldn't
They're a
know
hive
that.
mind. Ants are
Mirra
hive
doesn't-
mind.
Mirra
Don't you
doesn't
see
know
them
shit.
walking in lines carrying breadcrumbs? Why do you think they line up like that and walk all in a straight line? Because they're hive mind.
So, I actually watched a really interesting thing on ants too about like where they take their, if you have like an ant hill at home, you know, they have a specific spot for the dead ones, and like, so crazy because they give off a scent.
Yeah, I watched this thing and they sprayed a live ant with that scent of the dead ants.
Yes.
And that ant just laid there and thought it was dead, and all the other ants carried this live ant to the thing until it wore off, and he's like, oh, I'm not dead. And it's like, what?
Yes.
And they count everything with steps, so they put little stilts on these ants, and they couldn't find the food because they count steps. And they were passing the steps because they were on stilts.
All I'm
Where are we
hearing,
going now?
these people were dicks.
I love it.
We're going west.
Northwest or southwest?
Straight west.
Is that a
I would
dead
say
end?
the other one is south.
Well,
That's a
Yeah,
dead end.
that's west.
That's a dead end.
That's a dead end.
Okay, so
Alright.
southwest, and then
That's more straight up south.
Yeah, but it goes into a southwest curve.
Okay. I wish we could see the whole map.
oh no,
Oh, hey, it's the
Oh.
Raven Lava.
Oh,
raving lava.
Yep.
Oh my
We're
god.
gonna not go that way.
Can we at least check out what's happening here?
We can
It's raving lava.
stay
Wait.
really far away from it.
Do you think these lava rivers are like connected?
Maybe that's how the
question,
ants get in and
because-
out.
We need a lava boat.
It seems to be going from section in the wall to the other section of the wall.
We need a lava boat.
It's
Which way
going
is it
through the
flowing?
wall though.
Which way is it flowing?
If our boat was going fast enough, it too could go through the wall.
Which way do
Hello?
the spirits tell me I should go?
I think Josh is
Are
frozen.
you asking
Never
which way it's flowing?
Yeah,
I
Lilith did.
was.
Oh, it's going from west to east.
Okay.
So do we have to
Gotcha.
follow the lava?
The source?
Find
Well,
the source of the lava?
your
Follow it
spirit,
west towards
your
the source
spirit-
where it's flowing.
your spirit is tugging you south and west.
I'm
Okay.
going
So
south.
I would. So it might be coming from the source.
Can we come? Can I at least come a little closer into the cavern? I want to see if it's a dead end. Completely.
Northwest.
Yeah, are
I
you
wanna
talking
go up
northwest or south?
I specifically want to see if this is a dead end.
That heat is still pretty
That way.
intense.
I know. I'm doing this quick. I'm gonna go back and tell that I don't think it's a dead end. I don't think it's a dead end in there. I actually think it curves around.
So should we go through?
Worth
So-
to check out.
Oh, jeepus.
But the spirits say to go south and west. Do we want to go
Oh,
to the north?
That's the direction that they feel that you're being tugged.
So do we go west and down then?
Well, we might
That's an
want to at least
option.
check out.
We might want to at least check out the whole area just to make sure that the way we need to go isn't through here.
Well, we still need to go south and west, so no, it's not going to lead us north over the lava.
But there
confused in
might
what
lead
you're
south.
asking.
It might lead south that way.
Well, either way goes south. We can go south, and there's probably more lines. Yeah, so we can either go up like a U, upside down U like an N, or we can go down and see if it connects to the west.
One or two pants.
Ants.
One or two pants.
One or two ants walk by.
Do they go into the lava or do they go around?
Nope, they just go.
Check.
What's
While
their name?
everyone's talking, I'm gonna run back.
While everyone's talking, I'm gonna run back and actually just check that area. Yeah, I know, I was too lazy.
Well, the game literally stopped you. I didn't stop you.
Oh my god!
Now you're
You're
stuck
getting
in a
stuck.
wall.
Oh.
Now you're stuck in a wall.
All right, hang on.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Josh, take the wheel.
Jeebus, take the wheel.
There you
Why
go.
does everyone say for Jesus to take the wheel? He was born before cars. Like, he wouldn't know how to drive. He'd be like, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. Why did I take the wheel?
Jesus always saves.
I will echo
Everyone
my
else-
voice and say it goes
Everyone else,
south.
Rover. Yeah.
No, no, no.
It's a little bit hard to hear over the roar of the lava flow, but you do hear Breya yelling.
Fine,
Mirra
we'll
would
go
probably hear it more
west
than
and
everybody.
south.
I'm just saying that Jesus is inside of me at all times, and I have experienced the third coming of Christ.
What about the
I hate
second?
it here.
Lilith runs away.
Lilith,
The coming of Christ
Lilith,
already happened.
help!
Yeah. Yeah, when he died and rose from the dead, that was the second coming of Christ. Now,
These fucking Bible people don't make any sense.
Okay, now south and see if it opens west.
Ooh.
Does that go west?
Well,
Yeah, west
like
and
it
then
does.
east.
West.
There we go.
Keep going west. West. Keep going west.
Oh.
no, I lost the plot.
Yeah,
guys.
Zoom.
I think it's because
He's moving it, yeah.
can't.
We're going through a
Keep up.
digestive tract here.
For real.
Do we go west again?
South.
Or south?
Here, let's take the left path. So south.
Wait, left is not south.
if we're walking down, and we see two paths.
That would be the
Which
right
one would be?
path. One would be straight and one would be right.
That'd be left, thank you.
On our map, it's left, but if we're walking down,
If
Would
we're
you
walking
like to
down,
go-
it would be a
That would
left
be
and a right,
right.
wouldn't it?
no,
Would
it'd be
you-
straight and right.
Would you like to go west or south?
West.
Going west.
Okay, we want to
Yes.
go west, not south.
Yes.
Yes, we're gonna go west. Think we.
Oh.
Huh?
No,
Nope,
my
that's
God,
not it.
It's a raving lava. Which way is it flowing?
It seems to be going in a circle.
Ooh,
This
okay, so is it here?
promising.
What are the... Shrike, what do the spirits saith?
Straight down.
Great.
Yeah, this
awesome.
ain't it.
Perfect.
Straight down from here.
Wherever it is, regardless of what's in the way, they feel that it is south.
South. So this is not it.
Do you mean down another level or south?
South.
Okay,
South.
then we
So
go
this
back
isn't
and go
it.
south.
Should have taken the other path.
Yeah,
Tisk tisk.
now we know. Yuelia,
This
you better
maze
be marking this
sucks.
on your map, because I'm lost.
What? You better hope so.
Oh,
Right.
more moss.
Moss!
Mark it down. Mark it down.
Do we need to take a break?
As you guys get
I eat it.
here, you guys
All of it.
see all sorts of, I guess, junk. Like skeletons,
Nice.
Is...
decaying things of here and there, bodies, much decayed bodies of ants.
So I'm guessing this is where the bad creature is, if it's eating all these ants and people.
Maybe this is the
Maybe?
death chamber.
This
you
is the
heard it
death
here
chamber.
first. Skeletons
there-
are junk.
There
Aw.
doesn't seem to be anything else in this room.
Okay.
So are we sure we're trusting the spirits?
Right.
It's south.
They're the ones who don't like whatever this thing is. So
So is there any... So there's no other entrances to this room? Or exits?
If we backtrack, there's the path down from that one lava room that I think will
Yeah.
connect with the other path. So we can
Okay.
try over there.
not that way. We could try that.
Someone
Wait.
roll into the wall. It could be invisible.
Which was where we were gonna go originally, but
Attack
Breya's
the
like,
wall.
no, I'm gonna go that way.
Because it's important to check all the options.
We definitely
It
did not check all the options.
I know,
No,
that's the
you can
problem.
only, we can only check one way at a time.
I mean, you
I mean,
can
unless
check
we split
multiple
up.
options, but you would
No.
split up the group.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not
split the
splitting
party
groups.
again. Yes.
You know what?
The
I'm
general
100%
rule that we've
down
been
to split the
following
party.
is to
No.
try to stay
Oh,
close
God.
to the lava.
Of course you are.
Do you?
Alright,
You know
Are
what?
we going?
You know what, James?
east now?
It has only
yes,
ruined
let's
us
go
once.
east from here.
Can we go east? Yeah.
Yes, and then it should split south.
More south.
That one time we split the party, we ran into a trap room, we died, and it's only happened once.
Okay, so now what?
I'm down for it to happen
Oh.
again.
Does it go south at
Southwest.
all, or just north? Oh, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so south more. Do we go southwest?
Southeast and southwest. Oh, it's literally just Shrike that has all that vision.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
If I have Shrike highlighted, I can see the whole ass map, but I don't want.
I don't know why though.
Because that would be cheating.
I'm special. You know what it actually is? It's because it's gnome.
Because
yeah. Well, I mean technically.
I guess. Where are you going?
And interact with the real world, but knows the real world.
Will you stop going away from everyone else? You're gonna die. We can't see you right now.
I just wanted to see if it was a dead end.
You're in the abyss.
Yeah.
Not the abyss.
You
okay,
say the abyss,
let's
but
check the way
Shrike
that
can
Breya
see
went.
her.
Fine.
We have the abyss.
And just for, like I said, just for the sake of time, like there's an actual remarkable amount of ants down here, but they're totally ignoring you, walking on the ceiling.
Right. Which path feels stronger to your spirits?
Well, we just need to go south no matter what, so...
Well, at this location, they're feeling southwest.
Shrike is just gonna walk southwest. Like, he doesn't care who follows. He's going southwest.
For the sake of moving everybody as a group, I'll pull Breya back here. Regather everybody.
Get over here.
I'll have to figure out why Shrike can see everything.
I mean, Shrike isn't complaining.
Okay.
Shrike is the real villain of the game.
Yep.
I'm guiding y'all to your doom.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Either would I.
Yeah.
See?
Nada.
Doom.
Okay. Is there another southwest?
Looks like it keeps going south.
Okay.
And then west.
Okay. That's where we go.
Am I highlighted right now or someone else?
No, someone else.
I am.
So
if
that
I have you highlighted, I can.
And it's cheatsies.
Your spirits are getting tingly.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Okay, do we need to rest before we go full tingle? Because Shrike needs his thing back?
I'm assuming it's been an hour.
It has not.
How long, hypothetically, would you say it's been?
Probably half of that.
Alright.
Do we need to
We
chill
can just sit and
for...
chill 30 minutes.
Okay, so we chill for a bit and get ready because the spirits are getting tingly.
Okay.
And then,
Make any preparations that we want to do for anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta.
Do you guys want to at
basically-
least find moss to rest in?
Can
Yeah,
we
we
find
can keep
moss?
going. Let's just keep going a little bit. I still have one spell slot,
Oh,
so
look,
I
right
can't.
there.
Oh, moss!
Oh,
Moss!
So do we
Oh.
want to do a full short rest here and not just the half of it, so that everybody gets a full.
I think
half
everybody's.
Everyone
I
else
think
is good.
everybody. I don't think
Everyone
anyone's
else should be
used
fine.
anything.
Rest. Cool. So we
Nobody
get half an
pissed
hour.
off the ants, so it's actually been a pretty good run.
Ha ha! Told
Yeah.
you! Told
Told you not to
Um,
shoot.
I think what they really remember is the last time I had ants, Mitchell immediately ran up and punched them, and well, that didn't end well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
While we're resting, at least at the very final end of it, I'm going to pull out my book and flip through the pages and just ritual cast Detect Magic, but only at the very last bit of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll around in the moss.
It is everywhere. Like it's even in the air.
Tasty.
But as far as like, what's the word I'm looking for? Schools of magic, like magic given.
Oh no, it's meant to be used while we're walking, not just sitting here.
I gotcha.
So it's like before we leave this area, it would be as we're walking that I have that 10 minutes of it being up.
I gotcha. But as soon as soon as it kicks on, just everything around you lights up.
Sweet
Sensory
magic
overload.
moss. Do you need more moss?
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Is it just the moss?
No, it's the rock. It's everybody.
Air we're breathing in. are gonna turn into like mutants from Chernobyl or something.
Like every bit of the rock, or like of the tunnel, or just some of it.
Can I get
The
a second
rock-
tail?
Literally, usually when you cast detect magic, you guys would be kind of lit up,
Mhm.
and then maybe something else, depending. But imagine you just took a blue tint on your screen and just everything is magical.
Ah, my eyes!
The moss, the ground, the rock walls, the ceiling.
Well, guys, this isn't normal. Everything here is magical.
Sweet.
Everything.
I replenish my boob
I eat it.
moss. So it stays
That's-
nice and cool and padded.
I mean, like even the tunnel. So this isn't natural.
Well,
We
yeah,
are
that's what
inside the
Ressa said.
beast.
She said wasn't there before, and now it's there, and yeah.
Yeah.
I bring up the symbol for processing.
Processing.
I carve at the edges of the tunnel. Does it feel like natural rock?
Yeah, still feels like natural rock.
Okay.
Well,
Anything we can use
after our
magical
short
rocks
rest-
for? Do we give Aurora? Do we have Aurora pick up some of these rocks in case we run into more black puddings? Because then they're magic.
Aurora does have rocks on hand.
Are they glowing?
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Shrike is gonna keep walking.
Okay.
Right.
What if we've
Well,
gotten our short rest?
West or southwest or somewhere all in there.
Shrike is just letting Gnome take his hand and lead him on.
We're getting close. So.
All right. Let's trigger a cutscene.
Let's see. Southwest.
Ooh.
Ew. Ew. Ew.
Shrike is going right in the middle of the two.
so they're just lava flows on either side that kind of just makes a path.
Oh shit.
I
Shrike
guess
is
this
taking the
might be it,
path.
I form
guys.
a conga line. Let's form a conga line, everyone.
Right,
My
you're in
weapons.
front.
Conga, conga, conga.
My weapons are
Conga,
out.
conga, conga.
Keep your eyes peeled. Anything.
Should we like? There's an easier way to see if there's something in there.
What the F? Give me 1 second.
You know, I could very easily see if there's something like in there waiting for us before we cross.
I am
Would you
scared to know how.
Would you like me to do it?
this out.
You
It's
can
very-
keep playing and
I
tell
would
us.
like you to tell us how to do
It's
it.
very easy.
I would
Yeah,
like you to tell us.
So
before you do
all
it.
you do is you yell as loud as you can. Hello, is
I'm
anyone
gonna
there?"
shove you into the. I'm gonna shove you in the back.
Yeah, but then we can draw it out of the lava field. Otherwise, we're gonna be trapped in the.
Shrike will cast suggestion on Mirra and suggest she tries to jump over the lava.
Please don't.
Does anybody need
Suggest
to jump
to-
over lava?
There's no need.
No,
Hey,
like,
gonna-
that's the best part. Is because the act itself does not inherently harm her. There's no advantage on the cast. It would just be.
I suggest
It
to
does harm me.
Shrike that he switches his target of suggestion to himself with my spell suggestion.
Oh, what?
You know, I could just suggest that you guys both don't do that without a spell slot.
Without a spell slot?
Okay, so how about we just keep going forward?
Can I please just yell just to see if there's something
No.
in there
No.
before we go?
Shrike is walking forward.
Mirra.
We
Conga,
should wait and
conga,
see.
conga. Conga,
Shrike was
conga,
walking
conga.
forward before we stopped, so.
I'm congaing. Conga,
I'm
conga,
obsessed
conga.
with your Lulu sticker.
Conga,
Okay,
conga.
yeah.
Oh.
We're done
As
yet.
you get to this spot, you notice that the tunnel that was more or less unnatural, I guess some of you might have just even passive investigated. Basically, you would assume that the ants have made all this. Just so you know, once you got to like where all the pillars were, all the ants disappeared. There have been no ants past
Saying
them.
This looks like a boss room.
This is really looking like Ragnaros the Fire Lord's room.
Really? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, little
World
bit.
of Warcraft.
This is straight up looking like a boss fight.
It's a raid boss in World of Warcraft. He's a giant fire elemental with a hammer.
Does that mean we all need to separate out, like, fan ourselves out in case there's a lava belch attack or something?
I have to set up the next map. Give me
Okay.
one.
Okay.
The
That
next-
means we're not
I
done.
honestly didn't think you'd cruise through that so quick, but
We were
You
conga-ing.
underestimate us.
Yeah, we were conga-ing. It was a good time.
I didn't say I didn't anticipate it. I just didn't expect it.
Yeah, we kind of
Yeah,
sucked
you know.
when it...
We usually
Yeah.
do suck.
Yeah, sorry.
No one.
I
said-
jump into the lava.
Oh, well.
Yuelia, no!
Yeah, see you guys next campaign.
Don't do it now, because then you can't revive your character unless you want to be an ant that comes onto our side.
Yeah, I'll play an ant.
James can't hear. He's just trying to fix it.
Okay.
You will be remembered, Yuelia.
Rip.
May you be reincarnated.
Everyone,
I know there was
everyone
a
put
couple
F in
times
chat.
when- I know there's a few times where I lost sound from various people. If I disconnected and came back, it worked for me. That might work for James.
It looks like his Discord is completely frozen.
Oh, that's no good.
When that happens for me, I have to restart my whole computer.
He's on mobile. He just left though.
Yeah, then he just needs to leave and come back. No one's gonna put F in the chat.
Welcome
I
back.
see how it is.
Hello?
Really?
Hello?
Vic?
Hello.
I can hear.
Okay, now let's see if it makes it not here again.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes.
If you can hear me, conga. Conga, conga, conga.
Conga, conga, conga.
Yeah! Conga.
The only way she could have got someone to conga with her was forcing it.
Oh, no. Excuse me, that's not very nice. So rude.
Alright, this will be ready very shortly.
There's a lot of clicking, I'm concerned. I have the concerns. So many of the concerns I have.
We
oh,
don't
no.
know the clicking.
Oh no! No! Oh no! Are you congaing? Josh is
Yeah.
congaing! Yay!
I'm gonna use my
We've all
ring.
disappeared.
Rip. Well, because I think it's a new map.
Yes, and I shall be sharing it now.
With only Jarvin.
There was like 6 squares, and I was like, "What the fuck is this boss fight?"
The question mark. And
Question
I have
mark.
to zoom
No.
all the way the fuck in. I still can't see anything.
Right?
Oh, we were a
God.
spec.
Because you have to close. Wait.
Just so you know, in this area, you guys can completely see.
Including myself.
Including
We can't.
yourself.
see anything.
You have to click on someone.
I saw the sign.
Click on Shrike
It
so we can
hold
use
on,
the
opened
scissors.
up
hold
my
on,
eyes,
hold
I saw
on.
the
Okay.
sign.
There we
It's-
go.
It's loading the map. I see
Oh,
what's happening.
okay.
Give me a second.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go.
Gosh.
Oh no!
Ah.
We need conga across that.
Strike walks forward.
Please don't.
Strike walks forward.
I like this.
So
We all go forward and we take flanking positions.
upon further inspection,
We're so tiny.
you see a massive raging lava river going, well, I'd give or take like 30 feet, maybe 40 feet, underneath a large rock arcing bridge. I mean, it's easy enough to see that the stone is natural. It's unapparent
Jarvin runs
how
across.
it naturally made itself
Let him.
in the way that it did, but there is a bridge.
Okay,
But
so we cross and take flanking
there
positions.
seems to be somebody standing on it.
Hello.
Somebody?
I feel like we're about to fight Groudon.
Yeah, you know.
I go up and introduce myself.
Can we see
as
who it is
I'm one
first
to
before
do.
we start making introductions?
Yeah, can we have like
Nope.
an explanation?
Can we have a dice on the
Like,
map or
if they're
something?
in like black full plate that's spiked and have red eyes, I'd prefer not to be like hello.
Well, that's up to you. Okay, I would like to
Josh.
introduce myself and perhaps offer a cookie in solidarity.
I'll be able
Got
to.
against black.
I'll be able to pull it up here in just a second.
Okay.
Huh? What do you have against black?
What?
Black, but anti-paladins don't like black. I don't want to deal with an anti-paladin.
There's not
Sure, let
anti-paladin.
Mitchell
No
know.
anti-paladins today, let me tell you. Breya's like, I ain't dealing with no anti-paladins today. All this effort, but soon.
Excuse me, sir or madam on the bridge. What's in your pants?
Evil.
This is a mace.
This is a mace. It goes to your face. No, wait.
Oh, wait.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Ganky.
Yeah. Some serious butt play
There
we
we
got
go.
there.
My god. I need to organize these better. But this is the individual standing in the middle of the bridge.
Oh, nice black spiked armor.
I was about to say, well.
Hang on, let me show the picture. Here's the picture.
Just for the sake of.
I'm assuming he has a mask.
Nope, no mask.
No mask.
I mean, you can't really make out greater details, but it's armor.
I don't know, Mirra. I don't think you should go up and.
Excuse me,
Exchange.
hello.
Oh, let her do it. It'll teach her a lesson.
You guys
at one
are
point.
really far away to be saying hello.
I wave from
Where
a
is he on the
distance and
map?
I
You
start
don't- you don't-
approaching.
Where is
How
he
much
on this
range
map?
do I have
Yeah,
right
where
now?
is he on the map?
I'm about to put it
What's
there.
Oh,
with
okay.
Dark Alphonse?
That's so funny.
Oh, I see it now.
That Dark Alphonse? Who's
No,
Alphonse?
just
No.
Alphonse Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh, God, that makes
Right,
sense.
now
I
you
know-
can see
I
it.
know that.
Yeah.
Now you can see
Yeah,
it.
and the only reason I even thought of it is because I just looked at a. Yeah, I just looked at a picture of Alphonse.
You know, I'm still laughing at what Breya said. No, let her do it. It'll teach her a lesson.
I didn't even hear that.
Getting tired of the shenanigans. Like, one of these days, someone's gonna drop kick her into lava, and at that point, it's just her own fault. We tried to warn her about the world.
Everyone is
tried.
basically nice, okay?
We tried to warn her, but it just.
Everyone is basically nice.
Everyone
I
is
don't know
basically
about
Right?
that.
You didn't need to go back to
Breya?
marshmallowing everyone.
Breya's just jaded because she's used to playing with a GM that would do that.
That's true.
It
A
real-
GM would completely ruin Mirra's sense of safety in the world. That GM would have just been like, oh, you're a sunshine character? Time to rain on your parade, little bitch.
Time to just ruin D&D.
Yeah.
To be fair, I tried to introduce myself to the bear and it didn't go very well. It chased us
The-
around a tree.
That's just.
My DM for my other campaign that I do on Thursdays almost killed a little girl. Just had her attacked and suffocated by a giant spider
Oh.
and poisoned her.
Oh.
And then we were guiding this other guy to go check out some flowers, and he got attacked by a giant tentacle monster, damn near killed him.
What the hell?
So,
I don't
yeah,
like
the GM that Kachina and I are talking about, I played a character that was in, like, full plate armor one time, and we got into combat, and one of the people knocked me into a pit, and I couldn't climb out of the pit, A, because my armor was too heavy and, like, was encumbering me, and B, because the pit was covered in this moss that, like, it was everywhere that you could grab
Super
onto.
slippery
And so, yeah, so, like, any way that I would have tried to get out of this pit, I couldn't have, because the moss would have stopped me. So I literally just, like, sat down, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not doing anything. So I sat down in this pit. And then, post-combat, come to find out that if I had tried to climb the fucking moss, it releases spores that would have killed me instantaneously.
Moss.
So it's
Dude!
actually good that you didn't try to climb it.
Instantaneously, that's
releasing
bold.
spores.
Yeah, oh, no,
Anyway,
he
so we
didn't
see
hit,
this
like,
guy on the bridge.
all the
I
Yeah,
time.
don't
let's
like-
back to our campaign.
Sorry,
I
yes,
don't
continuing.
like doing that kind of thing unless I can give you a proper warning. I don't like just murdering people out of the blue for no reason. Like, I
How
warned you
much
guys
range
there
do I
was
have on
lava
this guy?
down here, so.
What'd you say, Shrike?
How much range do I got on this guy?
He's
Please don't shoot him
330.
until I say hello.
I just checked. While you guys don't really know, he's easily over 300 feet.
Cool.
Yeah.
If
So I
anyone
have
wants
to
to
walk
stay
up
back
pretty
while
damn
I
far.
introduce myself and offer
are not
tea
introducing
and
yourself.
cookies, then you
No.
can certainly stay back. But I would like
Shrike is
to.
gonna walk forward and tell him to get out of our way because we have duties.
Shrike,
don't know
that's
if
rude.
he's-
We need to get closer
he's their
before we can
target.
talk to him. Okay, let's just start getting closer.
We just need to talk. We don't know who he is, or if he's the one we're here for.
Shrike
Well,
is
I'm
just gonna
going up and
walk past
introducing
him.
myself.
We
Everybody
should
else
get closer.
moving
first.
up.
Yep.
Should get closer.
Shrike is gonna walk past him though, so that I get behind him.
Please don't be threatening.
As you get to about here, the knight that was just kind of looking down at the ground, now that you can get closer, you see that they're completely motionless looking at the ground.
Oh no, is here. Excuse me, sir. Sir and/or madam.
Still far away.
Hello over there. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you're still pretty damn far away.
I approach.
Everybody, or just you?
I'm staying back.
I approach.
I will approach, but at a distance. I'm not gonna. I still want to get close enough so that I can hear what's being said.
Like this?
I'll say I want to stay at least. Let's see if. How far is Mirra gonna go to talk to him?
I mean, I'm every 20 feet. I'm yelling again, "Hello!" to see when I
So
get his
then
attention.
I'm gonna be at least 30 feet back from Mirra.
Okay, so
So wherever she
Shrike is
goes
gonna
or
wait
wherever
until
she
he
needs
gets
to
in
be to
shooting
talk to him.
range.
Yeah, wherever she needs to be to talk to him, I will be about 30 feet back.
Every 20 feet, I want to try and get his attention. Their attention. I would like
Jarvin?
Shrike
to
wants to be
there.
in shooting range.
wait, what was that?
Shrike wants to be in shooting range. 120 feet.
There we go. Jarvin?
Yeah, I'm gonna go beside Shrike, within shooting range.
All right. So this is how we're going.
We should probably
This is-
spread out a little bit more. If people behind me could go either left or right, in case it's an area of effect attack. Like a cone.
What
or a-
happened to Mirra being everyone is basically friendly?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm an idiot.
And now you're like, everybody is gonna get attacked.
That does okay. I can go up and be friendly, but that doesn't mean I'm an idiot. I may have like a
But
low
you are
intelligence
implying
score.
that people are both basically nice and
People are
also
basically
not
nice.
I would
But
say Elvie is invisible and flying. Probably let's say 20. Yeah, just 20 feet up right now.
Okay. There's plenty of room overhead here.
That's what I'm thinking.
Question. Who's moving forward and who's sitting still from this spot?
I'm moving forward.
Ditto.
If I'm
Shrike is
able to,
staying.
if I'm hear him from where I am, I will stay. If not, then I will want to get closer.
You're not with the roaring lava. It's probably going to need you to get closer.
And I will get closer. But like I said, keeping about 30 feet back away from Mirra to the point where...
A little
I mean, it doesn't have to be an exact thing, you know, just keeping a distance from Mirra.
closer.
If
Lilith
anything.
kind of keeping
She's
things
moving.
well.
Yeah, she's moving.
Hello. Excuse me. Hello. Hello. Sir or madam. Hello.
No response.
I don't think you
I'll
should
go.
get closer, Mirra.
I'll go to the left and sort of try and just get around them while still saying hello, just to see.
How
Hello.
close are you getting?
I don't want to scare them.
I don't think that's the issue here.
10 to 15 feet distance.
There's no way
Hello.
they don't know we're not here.
Hello.
At this range, you can see the finer details in the armor and the cloak. Yuelia, you're close enough now. Make a history check.
That's a natural 1.
Never mind.
Or a 7.
Ouch,
Yeah,
oh
there's no
no.
way you would make the roll with a natural 1.
Excuse me.
Actually, Mirra might still know if you want to make a history check.
Oakley
And
dokley.
Jarvin has proficiency in history, so
History.
But is he close enough?
Where is my
Yeah, am
latest
I close enough?
history? That
Did
was
you-
not great.
yeah.
That was an
do
8.
you want to assist Yuelia with her roll or make your own?
Am I close enough?
Yeah, to see the person.
What is your bonus, Yuelia?
Plus 6.
Yeah, I'll assist. Knowledge history.
Okay, 16.
That is elven armor. It is a specific group of knights worn called the Black Unicorn.
Cool unicorns. I would
It
like
is a very elite set of knights within the Elven Kingdom.
I get out my water jug. I am gonna prepare a dodge because it's getting kind of weird now. But I get out my water flask. Excuse me.
Mirra, be careful.
I take a step closer. Excuse me. Hello? Pardon me. Okay, can I like just try and go around them? Oh, rip.
So you're just walking past them now?
Well, if they're just standing there, and I mean, I'm still gonna like face them. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll try and
So
go
you're
around
going
them.
around them while looking at them?
Yeah, like,
You pass by, nothing happens.
hello?
I'm here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
I'll continue walking.
Should I try and
Is-
give them some water?
Is the armor empty?
I-
Or is it...
Are you gonna look?
I was trying to see if I can see from where I was.
I'm
You
worried
can't
that they're
see-
like dead in
Your
there.
helmet is down, so you can't really look into it without getting close.
Should I like pour some water on them? They're probably like.
You know what? I got an
dying
idea.
in
I got an idea.
there. Okay.
Elvie is gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
If it's in like a shutdown mode until we attack whatever is behind us, then for right now the thoughts are nothing.
Well,
I
We'll
need
find out.
Elvie to make a wisdom saving throw.
she needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, how the tables turn.
Now the turntables.
Indeed.
Which city do you play League on?
16.
I'm Obeliscus on that one.
She passes, so she takes half.
Oh.
Hang on. She takes 2 points of psychic damage as she just gets a jumbled mess of screams and nightmares before it just cuts off and she snaps out of it.
So do you think he's just like overheating in there and I need to like pour water on him? Or do I
Elvie
need
is-
to try and
oh.
force feed?
Mirra, you need to get away from him.
Elvie is visibly disturbed by what just happened.
Is Elvie not invisible right now, so nobody can see her?
She was invisible. Is she invisible now that she took damage?
Well, she has a... This is more or less for Yuelia's sake. They have a link together. So they can talk telepathy-wise, and she more or less can feel how Elvie feels.
Well, do you think I should pour water on them like they're too hot? Or should I, like,
No,
try
I
and
think you
feed
need to
them?
step away from them.
Do I see any visible
What?
weapons on him?
They're right now. They have their cloak completely concealing their body.
I guess I'll continue across the bridge.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna
Give
stay
me
here.
1 second.
I'm gonna stay here.
Boop, boop, boop.
Dang it.
I just need to do one more thing. We should be good.
Okay, I know of another one. Oh, maybe.
So do you think that's the corrupted person?
I would ask Shrike.
Shrike!
Yeah, Shrike.
Do you think that's the corrupted person thingy we're here for?
Shrike doesn't hear you.
Hey, Shrike! Never mind. I'll just keep going.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, whatever. I guess I'll be on my way.
Alright, my apologies. This is important. Like I said, I wasn't expecting you guys to move through this so quick, so I kind of had to makeshift some stuff. Really quick.
Victory. Victory!
Also, I'm going to say this now.
Hail victory.
Anybody
Hail
who gets this coming up, I will give a plot point to, even if you already have one.
Zeus, please don't knock over my shit.
Okay, my apologies.
Please don't.
So we're
Go on.
so
Get.
Mirra went by.
Yeah.
Lilith went by.
Yeah, I'm kind of walking backwards, keeping my eyes.
So do you think
I'm gonna
that's
go
the
back.
thingy we're looking for? I think we need to, like, pour water on them. I think they're probably overheated by standing on a, bridge over lava. I think that's not the best tactical choice. You know what? Maybe it is the best tactical choice. You could just, knock someone into the lava. We should probably be wary of that.
So Elvie tried to detect the thoughts of this thing, and all it did was backfire on her.
Yep.
So whatever it is, it's sentient. I'm talking
Can anybody
to the...
even hear you right now?
Yeah,
I'm next
Yuelia
to you.
moved over to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Shrike can hear. Cool. So should we kill it?
No!
I don't know.
Mirra, you can't hear us.
Shit. Why is the
I
voice
don't-
of reason over here?
I don't know.
Wait, can I hear them?
You're 120 feet away.
Can I hear them?
Not over the
No.
roar.
Can I see their lips move?
I don't know.
Yuelia has
if-
her back to you, and Shrike doesn't have lips.
Anyone who is talking
so
while
funny.
facing this direction, I can read their lips. So you know what?
Okay.
I haven't really used it at all, but that's a
So-
thing I can do.
But
Mhm.
again, I'm facing you and I don't have lips.
I will
I
give you
don't
lips
know
next time.
if I don't know
Correct
if this
some of
thing's
it.
dangerous. It could just be a form of defense. I can't exactly root out anything. Elvie couldn't detect any thoughts before it just backfired.
Aurora is starting to go towards the suit of armor.
Hey,
Why?
Aurora.
Before Aurora
I'm
does something
following
stupid.
My bestie.
Please just go around it and don't punch him.
Yeah.
He probably
She
exhausted.
seems to just
I'm
be.
following my bestie.
She seems to just be staring it down.
Oh no.
What do you
Aurora,
guys
please
think?
just go around him.
Mirra, honestly, if he's something we need to worry about, I'd rather not have him behind us in an exit.
But we
And
don't
Breya-
know that. Are we just gonna push someone into the lake of lava just cause? That's mean.
What if we push him into the lava and he turns into the fire elemental?
Well then how are we gonna get the shard out of the lava?
I mean, I'm just saying, what if this thing wants to be pushed into the lava?
That seems like not very good way of train of thought there, bud. I think you and I need to have a little discussion after this.
What if the psychic damage was the elemental trapped in this thing's body, and that's what the torment that
Okay,
occurred
I have
was?
an idea. Elvie is going to cast Detect Evil and Good,
Okay.
and then try and get close to it.
How close
Crap,
do we have to
Breya's-
be?
30
I
feet.
forgot about Breya now.
Oh, you know, I could do that.
What?
Not that I ever do, because I just
Okay, then Breya's
assume.
the final boss.
I just assume everyone is good.
So essentially, with Detect Evil and Good, for the duration, you know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located, which is
Now,
pretty obvious.
Elvie is now within 30 feet of it.
Oh no.
Yes.
She is getting some huge undead evil coming from that thing.
I say we just continue on. He seems fine where he is.
The only person who knows is you.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, what do you say we continue?
Yeah. Okay. So they don't let the. So I can only tell these two here.
Unless you face me and speak.
And
Guess I'll
we already know what Shrike's answer is gonna be.
Shrike, Jarvin. This thing's evil. It's undead.
Like, this is one of those things, because usually in my campaigns, good and evil are kind of vague.
Mm-hmm.
But there are instances where evil is evil and good is good, and this is evil. Straight up, hands down.
Shrike casts Eldritch Blast.
We're right behind it. Please don't, like, hit us. Don't
We
Don't
should
attack it
regroup.
while
We
we're
should
right
regroup.
next
It's
to it,
not
please.
attacking right now.
Please
We
don't
should
attack while
regroup.
we're right next to it. That'd be bad.
So
They're
I'm
all
just
melee.
imagining Shrike's hand go up to snap at it,
And
and
Yuelia's
go,
like, no.
"Hey, hold on."
We
Yeah.
should regroup because they're over there too.
As soon as I see the casting circle standing right beside him, I'm moving his arm.
No.
Our companions are surrounding that thing right now. Do you really want it to be hostile when all of our friends are over there?
They're all melee.
I'll continue south. That seems like a good option.
I'm not gonna continue. I'm gonna stay at it and look at it.
Okay.
Okay. I want to tell them, but I don't want to get closer to this thing.
And Mirra still has my horn.
I do. It's my
I'm gonna
horn
eat
now.
it.
It's mine.
What if I attack it?
Please don't.
What if you do?
Lilith, please get out of the way if she attacks it.
I'm honestly thinking
Okay, I'm
about
just
it.
gonna yell over to Breya, and then I'm sure everyone else can hear it from there. Breya,
No,
you need to
you
get
can't.
away. That thing is undead.
Oh, so it needs to die.
Well, it's
And it's already dead.
it's,
already-
it's
already dead.
undead, and it is evil.
So it's a threat to anything around this area.
It is.
It's not
And
doing
including
anything.
my
I think it's
family.
fine.
Kinda got a point.
I'm reaching for my anchor. This thing's dying.
Okay.
Can we at least have Aurora try and shove it into the lava then, instead of, like...
Well, in the middle of this bridge, you can try during whatever.
I don't know. I think it's not attacking us. I'm good. I wanted to get it off the bridge.
Shrike is gonna turn to Yuelia and say, "Can I do it now?"
Wait for Breya.
I'm gonna prepare for as soon as
At
somebody
Aurora.
else, as soon as
Wait.
somebody else swings or goes to touch the thing, I'm shooting an Eldritch Blast.
Don't touch the
I'll-
butt.
I look back
I'll do the
at
same
Aurora,
thing.
and I'm gonna say we need to do something about this thing.
Why? It's not doing anything.
It's undead.
Okay.
It is a
It
abomination.
is pure evil.
But
It is
it's
pure evil.
I can't hear you.
Yeah,
It's
but it-
pure evil, and my family is a few thousand feet above it.
But it's not doing anything.
Not yet.
I'm readying the dagger
This
of
was
returning.
made with evil intentions. This isn't even a person anymore.
So, what's gonna happen?
Well, I asked Aurora for Aurora's help, so...
I am gonna get closer.
I'll let you mark where you want to go.
I
My
want
question is,
to...
is there a way that we can subdue it somehow? Can we imprison it somehow?
So
I don't have
we
that
tie it
capability.
with the rope, tie the rope to a rock, throw the rock in the lava, and then when we push it over the bridge, it just goes into the lava.
I don't think it's gonna let us subdue it with a rope.
Well, I
especially if
mean,
we
it
have
hasn't
any
done
way to
anything
prevent
so
it.
back.
far.
I'm gonna turn back to the two that are behind me,
Yeah, so
Jarvin,
I
and
wanna take a look.
guys, I don't know if magic is gonna work on this. If
Okay.
Elvie tried to detect the thoughts of this thing and it backfired on her immediately,
But it's having nightmares. It's not like it's just scared.
Okay, but you don't know that it's
I don't.
nightmares.
It
what
hasn't
do you-
done anything. I think we're good. Unless you want to try the rock thing into the lava, because that sounds like a good time.
Breya, whatever you choose, I have your back.
You want some rope? We can at
I
least
need
try its
Aurora's
feet.
help if we're doing this. I can't do this alone. This
Okay.
thing looks
Okay.
powerful.
I'm gonna
And
pull out my spear or my hammer then, I guess, and I'll walk forward.
I'm
Can
gonna
I at
get
least try and
within-
talk to it again before we kill it? Oh, never mind. It's doing something.
Let's do it. No, that's Yuelia.
That's me.
Oh,
I just want to
okay.
get within 60 feet of it.
Can I at least try talking to it again before we try punching it in the face?
Go ahead. I'll
Okay,
give it one
I'll
more
go to,
shot. If
I'll-
it doesn't say anything, then we're defending ourselves.
Okay, I'll go to the direct front of it, with my water flask, and
I
I'll
will
tap
give
it
it
on the
one
shoulder.
shot to say anything.
I'm readying
Yeah, I
dodge.
don't feel comfy with
Oh,
this thing
Mirra?
between us and the exit.
Yes.
I just rolled for it. Mirra, you notice this time coming back around to its back, you notice that the area around it in a perfect circle, like everything around it kind of looks a little bit worn down, but there's a circle it's standing on that looks completely immaculate in comparison.
It's already subdued, potentially.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like it's already.
Yeah, so we're good.
I don't
If
see
it's in a magic,
It's like in a thing, it's in a
It's-
bubble that's like keeping
I'm
it
gonna
there.
look at it then. If it isn't, all right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's-
look at it
let's
How
the
close
magic
are you
users
getting to
look at
look
it.
at it?
right there.
And is Jarvin helping you?
Shrike
Yeah,
is-
I'm going
Shrike
there.
will also check it out.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
want to look. Is there a magic circle or anything?
So I'm going to do it this way because I think it'll be cool.
Okay.
Oh no.
Right? Shrike, Jarvin, Yuelia, all three of you roll Arcana at advantage.
A what? Oh, Arcana at advantage.
Arcana.
I have your
Mirra, can I-
rolls on now.
Mirra, can I get a boost?
I can't touch your head, so no.
Okay, never mind.
I need to give you head pats.
I
will.
don't think I needed it. I got 23.
Nice.
That's a 10.
I'm gonna guidance myself. Oh wait, I don't have guidance.
I'm gonna guidance myself anyway.
I guidance
Oh
with head
shit,
pats.
nat 20.
Woo!
I got nat 20, so 24.
Nice.
24, highest roll.
Beat me by 1, and I didn't have it. I didn't get a nat 20. I rolled like a
So,
rolled a
I'm like,
15.
what the fuck?
so Shrike, more or less, you can tell this is a barrier of some sort.
23.
But Yuelia and Jarvin, while the spell isn't particularly known to you, you have learned of spells of this nature called Wall of Force.
So it's trapped in a wall of force.
All right, let's go.
It's basically
fucking
in a
catapult.
bubble that it can't get out of.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
good.
like catapult it to us.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
It's trapped. We don't have to worry about it.
Okay, but you said around it, it's kind of worn, right? Like, does it look like the ground could break around it, kind of thing, and it could fall into the
No.
lava?
It's just in like a perfect circle, a perfect sphere. Time has kind of eroded around it, but everything within the circle
I
looks
see.
new, looks better.
Alright,
I don't
let's
know if
go.
that's which word is a healthier rock.
It's trapped,
Right.
so I'm not worried.
I'm just worried that this
Okay,
will be a trap.
but
Yuelia, do you want to
things-
put an alarm around where the bubble is, just in case?
I will do that, but it will take 10 minutes.
What do you think?
It will only last how long?
I don't
It
want
lasts 8 hours.
anyone to potentially disturb that circle, so I actually say not to.
I have not
It'll
been
be on the outside of the circle, like
I have not been playing music this whole
But-
time. I
No,
apologize.
you
What
have
if
not.
your hand slips and then you disturb the circle?
it's a simple wire. It's not anything.
Okay.
It's all it is. It's a magical wire that just goes through whichever pattern that I want. So it's just gonna go in. I'll actually put it exactly how I want it. So it'll just be nope. Go into drawing mode. There we go. So it'll just be pretty much like this.
I'm sorry, my friends.
Hey, this is not a good square, guys. But anyway,
It's a wonderful square.
We're
I
gonna try that
actually
again.
found it quite nice, and I didn't notice the music was missing, so I don't think you did anything wrong.
There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better.
It can give ambience that I forgot. My apologies.
So that's where I'm gonna put my alarm spell after
Okay.
10 minutes of sitting around it. Okay. Then, if
Onward.
we feel safe, I don't feel 100% safe, but
I'm good.
I
Are
will say we need
we
to be watching our backs because there's.
are we regrouping and moving on?
Okay.
If you want, we can, like, one of us will keep an eye behind us every once in a while if you want that to be Elvie's job or something. But, I mean, you have the alarm if it moves.
Yeah. I'll have the alarm. I'm the only one who'll be able to hear it though.
Do you want the Horn of Silent alarm so if that alarms you, then you can alarm someone else?
We're all here.
Okay.
I think everybody can hear it. Us.
Shrike is gonna pick his horn back off Mirra.
Hey, I was using that.
You weren't.
I did. I used it. Wait. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Wait. No. Yes. Once.
Mine now again.
Do we see anything here? Jesus.
Well, a very large room with what looks to be nature check for anybody who wants to make it.
I'll give
Sure.
guidance to whoever is doing it instead.
And
I'll
Shrike do survival instead.
Nope, not in this case.
I believe in
That was
you.
not a.
Good job. You can do it.
Can I do nature without
That's
being
actually
proficient
good.
in it? Like, is that an
I rolled
option?
initiative.
22 total with guidance.
What was that
Um,
question, Shrike?
Can I roll in nature even though I'm not proficient?
Yeah.
Can I get a guidance as well?
Good job. You can
I
do
finally
it.
get a decent roll. And then the D4 from being guidance or whatever.
Okay, so I got a 26 in total for knowledge
Yes.
nature.
18.
Nice.
So, anybody who got above a 15, these are a lot like the things the boulets were making earlier, but they seem to be cooled molten lava.
Great.
If we start fighting some
I
fire
think
boulets,
you
I
mean
quit.
the brulees.
Say what?
Creme
Don't
brulee.
worry, I laughed.
I smirked.
Say that one
I
more,
heard it, and it was all the validation I needed.
can you say that one more time?
I believe they're called brulees. Thank you.
Brulees.
Creme brulee.
Shrike is going to go to the nearest one, and he's gonna. What do I want to do?
you know, we tell Mirra to be careful, but really, Shrike should also be careful.
Shrike, be careful.
Agreed.
Yeah, you can't.
No,
stop
Shrike can do
Jay,
whatever he
though,
wants.
So...
Ooh, I'm gonna bend down with my ear to the ground and just
Will it?
listen and warn people if and when it starts rumbling.
Shrike, you know what? Shrike's just gonna walk forward into the room.
Okay.
It's a big ass room.
Yeah, Shrike is just gonna walk into it and see what happens.
Those areas there that we can assume that the brulee or whatever was coming out of.
Brulee.
Is it something that we can like fall into, or is it just like covered up afterwards?
No, that looks solid.
Okay.
But Shrike's walking off forward alone.
I guess I'm gonna keep my distance, but
I'll go in and to the right and put my ear to the ground and start listening. Yeah, I'll stay there.
Your spirits
Sense a disturbance in the force.
Your spirit, or you have a gnome with you right now, right?
Yep.
You see him kind of talking to Salamander, and they seem to be kind of confused as far as their conversation goes. Like, it's down.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But they can't. Now that they're closer, it doesn't feel like bad elemental. The fire that they're sensing is much, 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 much closer to salamander in nature.
So maybe it's a new friend. New friend, new friend.
But they do sense gnome in a bad way.
Oh. Gnome feels bad in like the nature of gnome feels bad right now, where the nature of salamander feels good.
Yes.
But not them specifically, like their nature that isn't.
Basically, like I said, if we just refer to them as elementals and spirits, rather than it be a fire elemental, they think it's a fire spirit. But now they feel that it's a earth elemental.
Great.
In Terran, Shrike is going to yell, "Get your ass out here," so I can beat it and get back to relaxing.
See? That's how I said. You just yell really loud.
All of a sudden, the whole area starts shaking.
You guys!
Like,
I don't even need my ears on the ground.
Like, it's enough that if you guys don't stabilize yourselves, you will fall down.
It's a good thing I'm already on the ground, never mind.
Shrike is stabilizing himself and is just gearing up.
I'm already short.
Yeah, I'll stabilize.
I have my sea legs.
I got my dwarf legs.
As everything starts to crumble and crack, just this lightning quick circle just breaks around you all.
Great.
And starts to fall.
Awesome.
Counterspell.
Huh?
Hold on. Oh no, memento, por favor.
Ah! We just start falling.
Yeah. Yeah.
More cerveza, por favor.
This is where we'll end the session. This is where we'll end the session mid-fall, so we're gonna spend a week falling.
Yep.
Evasion.
Pretty much. We only got 10 minutes.
Jarvin, get ready for a slow fall.
Right?
It can go up to 5 people, so.
So you hit
kind of far
a
away.
group, I'll hit a group?
Well, no,
Yeah, pretty much.
you,
No, not that.
Aurora is right next to you guys, so they can just.
I don't know
carry
if
2
they
people.
would, if their reaction would be to try and catch somebody as they're falling.
That's true.
So
There. Perfect.
I think our reaction would just be Featherfall.
So as this happens,
we need to.
everybody it just falls straight down, and as it goes down and opens up, you guys just see a massive river of lava that your circular piece of ground is falling towards.
Wait, are we still on
We're
the ground and it's
falling towards it?
We're gonna
You're
land in lava.
on the platform that's falling, but the platform is falling towards the lava.
Oh, okay,
That's
so
true.
we're
on a
still
boat.
on a platform then.
We're
Alright.
on a boat.
We're on a boat.
We
Everybody
officially
look
have
at
a
me
lava
'cause I'm
boat here,
sailing on a
Breya.
boat. I'm on a
Hang
boat.
on one moment. Like I said, I'm kind of piecing this together as we go because you guys kind of just
Well,
breezed
don't you
through
worry
what I
about
thought would be the entire session.
Right.
So I can't hear Fred anymore. Is it just me?
No, Fred turned off.
Fred's dead. Okay.
Damn it, Fred. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Guys, we died. Game
Rip.
over, man.
Does everyone have the new characters?
Sort of.
Just give me like 10 minutes.
I have a backup character. I gotta do some
Share
sweet
record.
Oh! It's
Oh.
the Eye of Relinquished.
Is this also something else I don't know?
Relinquish is
The
some
Eye of
video.
Truth.
Week on D&D.
The Eye of Truth from Legend of Zelda. It could be as well.
Yeah, the
It's
lens of
straight
truth.
up
Yep.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm sorry, it's Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's
all I
straight
can
up
see.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah.
That's all I can
This
see.
is sick.
Clearly, the eyeball of a
It is Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, zoom out, Kachina. It's the fucking. It's the Eye of Relinquished.
Also, honorable mention to the yellow-eyed demon from Supernatural.
Yeah, sure. I watched
But
that.
you guys easily fall 200, 300, maybe even 1,000 feet
the eye of a lava bear.
before
there
It
goes
is
the
the
alarm.
Eye of a
platform
Lava
just
Bear. Yes.
lands in the middle of this massive lava river, causing the lava to spray in all directions outward in a wave. And as everything begins to settle, something from the ceiling just roars, this guttural, deep bellowing, and it sounds absolutely pissed.
Shrike, what did you do?
Y'all can speak, Karen. Y'all know what I did.
Not
Found it.
not from the hole that you guys fell from, but from a little bit east, I guess is the word. Something breaks through the ceiling, looking down on you all, and it looks like
Oh my god.
wrong picture.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Oh my god!
That's
I'm
the
already
token.
terrified.
Sorry, that is the token.
Air Boulette. That's scary.
Oh,
That's a fire
it's-
brulee.
That's
It's
the
a
mom. We
dragon.
found
It's
the
a
mom.
It's a creme brulee.
We found mommy.
It's a spicy creme brulee, not a
We
sweet
found.
one.
We
The
definitely
chem-
found the mom.
The creme brulee.
But this isn't what we were after, was it?
Next week on D&D.
Right? This is that boss from The Legend of Zelda that, like, you kill in the lava that spins around the room.
There we
Oh
go.
yes.
It's like
Fuck.
We found
Well, you have
mommy.
to throw the bombs in its mouth.
The dongo.
Yeah. The
Of
Dodongo.
course, if it's a
That's it.
lava brulee.
Well,
Really a lava
Dodongo's
bear.
basically a lava brulee.
Yeah.
It then, as it just squirms its way out of the ceiling, it then plummets as it breaks free and falls straight into the lava to the
Died.
east of you guys.
Oh. Let's hope Mitchell's here next week.
And then,
Right.
after a couple of seconds, it pulls itself out and it's like, and it goes back under.
Wait.
And then it pulls itself. And then there's a easily 30 seconds of silence.
I'm very confused.
Did it just drown?
I doubt it, but it's pretty great.
In lava?
Whatever it is, I love it.
I mean, if it
Oh,
was
it's so
Earth,
small. So sweet.
Ah,
No,
darn.
that's not small.
Then it finally submerges, or submerges,
Submerges.
finally breaks the lava surface, and as it pulls itself onto your circular platform, the entire thing tips.
Ew.
Oh no. Not a fan.
Chew.
I eat it.
That's not the
I-
answer to
I'll let you-
everything.
Go ahead.
And with that,
well,
I
initially,
will end the session for tonight.
Oh god, moving platform, guys.
Great.
Hey guys, I'll see you next week. I'm gonna see if I can get James to ride home.
Okay.
Be
Okay.
safe.
Bye. Glad
was
you're here,
lovely,
James.
y'all.
Bye.
Me too. Bye.
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 Oh my goodness.
The creme brulee.
Wait,
Guys, we're fucking dead.
who said that first?
The
I
fire
said that,
brulee?
like 3 sessions ago.
The
Yeah.
creme, no, the creme
Oh.
brulee.
Oh,
I
that
said it,
was
like 3 sessions
Yeah,
ago,
that
like,
was
get the
mentioned when we
regular.
saw the little ones. We were making fun of all the different names.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay.
But now it's true because it actually is.
Well, it would be boule flambe.
Boulet flambe. Oh no!
Jesus. How do you check how far something is again?
You don't.
Right click, then left click, then drag.
Yeah, it was left and right click together and drag.
It's not working.
Eh,
Oh god, I'm
Just
drawing now.
push them both at the same time. You have to left click, right click, same, and then
Okay.
drag.
both of
hold
them.
He's
All right,
He's
I'm gonna jump off.
alrighty.
Bye.
Thank you,
See you guys later.